Hello?
Good boys.
Hey, boys.
Hey, good boy.
What up?
Boy.
Is it recording? It does say stop recording. Usually it tells me how long.
It does say we've been recording. We are recording.
Why don't you stop it and start it again just in case?
No, I think that the thumbs up were good enough.
Okay. That works.
How you boys?
Good.
Yeah.
Quit making that noise.
I can't.
The noise, boys.
The noise. Sound like crunch.
How should we start this bitch?
The way we're starting this is me saying that we have to switch it and we aren't doing Ishtar this week.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That would be funny. My only other idea was maybe we just riff a song.
We just sing a song.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Snap our
That was my
fingers.
idea.
Just be little shitheads.
No, because you're just gonna sing.
We could do that for the budget song, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better.
I was thinking that too. You'll just sing Kelly Clarkson.
You're just gonna sing "Dangerous Business" over and over because
Yeah.
that's all that's stuck in your head.
I can't get it out. That happened last time I watched
It's
this
a great-
too.
What a tune. And it's right up there with Bridge Over Troubled Waters, too.
Yeah,
It's better than that.
it's better
Anything
than that.
Springsteen did.
Yeah, I was just thinking we're just like, hey, Lucas, I know you want to do Ishtar, but we're gonna have to push it back. Our guest fell through. All
That
that,
is
good
true.
shit.
Yeah.
Is he missing? Probably.
He might have gone to work already.
There's already a fire.
Yeah, I mean, weather's been crazy.
Yeah, it was snowing and raining.
Yeah, and now it's like 70.
Yeah, it's
And
64.
now it's Ishtar.
Yeah. And in Ishtar, it's
100.
there's worms. It's raining.
They're
I
not
don't know.
worms.
It's raining worms.
Lucas, I made up our document that I'm gonna, after we're done here, forward to you and Seth for bracket nominations.
Is Best Animal on there?
No?
Could be. Best Animal.
Yeah, Lyle the crocodile.
Wasn't it
No,
me?
The
Wasn't
Blind
it-
Camel.
Oh yeah, best animal is on there. No, it's worst animal.
Oh, what? I'm under worst animal?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Brothers. My friends.
But there was one that I was looking at that I was like, we kind of have to probably take out, which is best voice actor, because we don't have anything with voice acting except Shawn Mendes and Stephen Kramer Glickman.
Yeah, we can get rid of that.
So we'll have to come up with one new award.
Best
I think we should still have, we should get rid of the best voice actor, but still have a worse voice actor just so we can bring up Shawn Mendes, just so we can, really stick it to him.
Stephen
So we should
Kramer
still have that, but have no election. Just this was
The
a unanimous
Lyle in
decision.
This movie is so much better.
He's so much better. Best Lyle is a good award.
Yeah, just give it to Lyle Rogers.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say that we're unanimously awarding it to Shawn Mendes because Stephen Kramer Glickman was so bad as Prince the dog.
I liked it.
Yeah, and he liked Bigfoot versus DB Cooper.
Which is fine.
No, you said it wasn't last week.
Well,
you screamed at him
2 weeks ago.
I'm different.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I'm a different guy when we're recording the audio specifically.
Even if you say it drunk, you would have said it sober.
That's not how that works.
Yep.
No.
It is.
No.
You consented to it. The absence of a no is a yes in your mindset.
Jesus Christ.
That's rude.
It's super rude.
She didn't say no. Terrible.
And what else was I gonna say? Oh, we'll need I'm trying to finalize season 7 stuff. So let me know if Alex wants to do a birthday
She
episode
does.
this year. Okay. But we have to do it way before her birthday.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because hers would fall in space month, and I figure she doesn't want to do a space film.
She hates space and the great unknown.
She does.
So get her choice to me. You get your choice to me. You get your choice to me.
It's not going to be Finding Francis, now that you've suggested that. It's going to be any other movie.
It's going to be Ishtar again.
Might be. Ish twice.
It's going to be No Holds Barred, the other Hulk Hogan movie.
He's got more than that, I think.
No, but that's the other one that we have on our list.
Well, now not.
Sorry. We need a sound check. This is a sound check. You can just say things. You're not just going to be making that noise the whole time.
It might be. Truth be told.
Sing a song.
No more sorrow. God, I gotta be loud to match you.
Hey, what is heaven?
What is heaven?
What am I?
How
West
big
Virginia.
Is Venus? How big is Mars? What is heaven?
Too quiet.
What am I?
West Virginia.
Big tit ladies.
Yeah, we'll keep that.
All right, I'm ready.
What's that?
Big tit ladies.
Don't save that. Because out of context, it's not even a parody song. It's just me melodically. Brandon, don't save this. Stop saving it.
Put it on our Instagram.
Don't put it on. He typed in IG.
Ladies.
At least let me finish the song. You're gonna save it.
You always want to finish. Oh no!
All right, yeah, we're ready. 3, 2,
No, I'm not.
1,
I'm not quite
play.
ready yet. I need to still get everything open again. No.
Monkey business.
All right.
Monkey business.
I'm so sad Robert's not here.
I know.
Okay. We ready?
Play.
No. I need to split screen this real quick so that I can see things.
Split screen this bitch.
Up in the bitch. All right. 1, 2, 3, play. So, Lucas, I got some bad news for you.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, no, everything's fine with like me and I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for Seth. Is everything okay, Seth?
Yeah, it's not worse than last time, so it's good.
Okay. What happened last time?
Nothing.
Oh.
That lump?
My coworker actually had a cyst in her armpit, so I'm doing pretty well compared to her.
Okay, good. Well,
and then she got a second one in her other armpit.
Oh my God. Well, we should reach out. We should send her some flowers.
She couldn't fly for a minute.
But I have some bad news podcast related for you. I know that you love Ishtar and you wanted to do Ishtar, but
we did it without you last week.
No. No. Our guest for this week that if you listen to the podcast for what we do in the shadows from 3 weeks ago, at the very end you said, Seth, you goddamn make sure that Robert comes on this episode so that Brandon doesn't fuck it up for us. Well, Seth did not secure our guest this week.
It's Seth's fault?
Robert's not here.
Oh no. Oh no.
So we are bumping Ishtar again.
Of course we are.
And since it was Seth's fault, I let him pick the movie. And so I think you picked Dougal, right?
I picked Ishtar anyway.
No.
Yeah, I picked Dougal.
Okay, so
your guys' crusade against women continues. And it's reached new heights.
Whoopi Goldberg is in Dougal, all right?
Yeah, do you know who the director of Dougal is? How do you spell Dougal?
D-O-O. No,
it doesn't come up.
D-O-U-G-A-L.
Dougal.
I'm pretty sure.
Dougal?
This is not. It's
God damn it.
Well, anyway, we had to push Ishtar, so we'll do it next week for you. How about?
There will be no next week for either of you.
Oh,
D-O-G-A-L. It had 3 directors. None of them were women.
Yeah, who would have guessed?
Wait, let me see if Jean Duval is a woman. I don't think so. Nope. We got a Paul. No. A Dave, a Jean, and a Frank, and no Elaine's.
No women.
Elaine.
It's the Ishtar podcast. We got your guys' asses.
Say
Lucas,
psych.
we punked you. You're on punk. This is Candid Camera.
You told me beforehand.
Yeah.
Before this started.
Don't tell people
The
that.
bit doesn't work when we all have to watch the movie and talk about the same one.
Wait, don't tell the listeners. You got to
they-
stay in on it.
Do they think that we decide this as we're talking about the?
Yeah.
We all find a
Oftentimes
movie.
we really do.
Well, yeah, especially when one of us hasn't seen half the movie.
Yeah.
They just jump in.
It's happened to you on several occasions now.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Ishtar. We actually don't have Robert though. He's not here.
Yeah, that part was real. He punked us.
He's fighting fires.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We think.
I assume he's gone already, or he's mad at me for some reason, which is fine.
What do you think he could have been mad at you about?
I don't know. I'm just kind of a general irritant a lot of the time. I aggravate things. But when he was gone last summer, it was hard for Armando to even get in contact with him. He's just so busy when he's there.
No cell service with all the flames around. Yeah.
I don't know if that interrupts cell service.
It does.
It does,
Yeah.
actually.
Excuse me, Flames. I'm gonna need you to take a break for a second.
Hey, can I get my coffee real quick? My union mandated.
Flames,
15
hold up.
minutes.
I need to make a phone call.
Flames.
Flames.
They're anti-union.
No.
What if he was just fighting the Calgary Flames, just coming in hordes across the forest?
just a hockey team?
Yeah.
It sounds like your Cold War script
That'd be
idea.
pretty funny. He's fighting all the kids that didn't make the cut.
I mean, they're adults.
They're the kids if they didn't make it.
The kids.
The kids. Dakota.
But this is Ishtar.
I'm Lucas. Lawrence.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Brandon.
Snedeker.
The Good, the Bad, the Movies is also what we are.
Yes, all of the above.
Yeah.
2 Brandons and a Lucas and a Good, the Bad, and the Movies. And
I'm movies.
And I've got some questions for you
Movies.
guys.
Questions.
First question. First question is, do you like political scenes usually in Africa or the Middle East? Do you like those?
Yeah. They
Sure.
do.
He loves them.
He loves them.
And my I've got 3. My second question is, do you like show tune singers and stuff?
And stuff, I do.
Yeah, and the stuff encompasses everything. Show tune singers and everything.
No.
But that does encompass political disputes in Africa and the Middle East.
Yeah,
so.
I would say on average, no.
Okay.
Still.
My last question is, do you like Elaine May?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gushing.
He's a
bursting at
gusher.
the seams, yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you,
Lucas,
Seth?
I do too. Of the 2, I've seen 2 of her movies, both of which they came highly recommended by Lucas.
it's Ishtar and Ishtar the director's cut.
Yeah, those, yeah. But yeah, I like her.
If Lucas were a fruit gusher, what flavor would he be?
The blue one.
That's
Brown
what I
sugar.
was thinking. Brown sugar. What?
Yeah, steak. He'd be fingerling potatoes.
He'd be the chicken fried steak dinner flavor. With a side of
Willy
pudding.
Wonka shit.
side of
Yeah.
pussy.
Oh,
Yeah.
It tastes like pussy all the time.
Yeah.
We have a female director. Let's class it up, guys, a little bit. Here.
Oh, now you want to class it up? No,
It's
Lane
lady
May's down
joint.
here.
Well, if you like any of the above,
Yes.
you've come to the right places. The Good, the Bad, and Movies. Brandon, Lucas, Brandon,
Lucas.
movies. Good, bad.
Movies.
Lorenz, Tigner, Snedeker,
Question.
Elaine
movies. Elaine May. And we did Ishtar from 1987. A long-awaited episode. Before we get into it, we are drinking beers.
It's not like we purposely built the anticipation. You guys have just canceled it a half dozen times.
Well,
Including attempted this week.
Don't act like I have any say in what goes on here.
Yeah, he's just a guest.
I'm just
He's
a
a
guest.
conspirator.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess it hasn't been pushed back as far as Uncle Boon Me has.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for
Yeah.
because we need Devin on for that.
I'm ready to go forward just on Uncle Boon Me again without Devin.
Yeah, I've got the whole script basically done for the last year and a half. So, like, I don't know what I wrote, but
He can emerge.
He could from the ground.
From the grave.
But we are drinking today. I texted Seth because I hadn't seen this. You had Lucas, but I was like, what is a beer that fits the Ishtar vibe? He said, I don't know, either something about two stupid idiots.
Yeah, if you can find some bumbling buffoons on a can.
He said, or Middle Eastern vibe, or
the desert.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, this is about Morocco. They're in Morocco. So I got us African amber ale. I don't know why they put amber twice.
I think that's the name of the beer.
Yeah, African amber, and then it is an amber ale.
Yeah.
It's 5.8% alcohol, 12 fluid ounce cans. It's got a big ass lion on the can.
It does.
Good burp. It says, in your hand you hold the original unfiltered and dry hopped amber of the Pacific Northwest. African amber has been the local mainstay since 1994.
Oh, Redmond.
What is Redmond?
That's where my family lives.
Oh, it's by Washington area.
It is in Washington area.
It is the Washington area.
Whoever Mac is, Mac likes to say, the best beer is the one you love. We hope you love this beer wherever you are. We'll see you at the local watering hole. macandjacks.com.
Good douche.
Good douche. Thanks, guys. Lucas, what you drinking? I saw Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Dr. Pepper cream soda, 0 sugar, of course.
Damn.
A lot of adjectives there. And a title for Mr. Pepper. There's a doctor.
Doctor, yeah. Him and I are one of the same.
He operated on me.
Oh, for what procedure? To get the cyst checked out in your armpit?
No, that was Seth's friend.
Maybe the other cyst in your armpit?
Yep, that was it.
What the fuck? My iPad just decided that
stole my pancreas.
It was just going to start doing updates on all my apps, and one of them is my Gmail app that has my notes for the movie.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think about the beer while that finishes loading?
It's very smooth.
It is smooth.
It's cute.
It's very cute.
A little malty. You get that maltiness. It's like a dark kind of bitter. Low carbonation, so you don't get any of that natural acidity from the high carbonation beers.
And newspaper to sleep on.
That too.
So all of the above, it really fits in as a good beer. I guess I'm gonna go via my phone. It's still stuck, so
help me.
Once that pulls up, we'll switch over. But on my phone, we're getting into it. First off, our director, Elaine May. Lucas, do you want to tell us what Elaine May has directed?
Yeah, she's done 4 movies in her life, starting with A New Leaf, which I believe is 1970 or 71. A Heartbreak Kid, which is 1972. Mikey and Nicky, which I believe is 1975. And then this gem, Ishtar, in 1987. I think she also directed a little TV special about her former comedy duo partner in crime member Mike Nichols, as well as written a bunch of other scripts as well.
Yeah, so the TV one I have is one episode of a show called American Masters.
Yeah, that's like a PBS sort of profiles on artist deal.
But you got it. And then writer today is Elaine May. Lucas, you want to tell us about Elaine May's writing history? Can you pin it down as easily?
She's written all of her own movies except for The Heartbreak Kid, which was a Neil Simon script. She also wrote The Birdcage, reuniting with Mike Nichols. We can get into that a little bit later. She also
get into it now.
Colors. She wrote Primary Colors, which is a movie about the Clinton campaign, also with Mike Nichols. And then under a different pen name, she wrote another movie, which I'm forgetting the title of right now, which is the only one I haven't seen.
Do you remember the pen name?
It's Esther something.
The other ones that I have on here was Such Good Friends.
Yeah, that's the Esther one.
Down to Earth.
Don't know what that is.
And she wrote Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman.
The dance. I think she ghost wrote Tootsie or uncredited.
Correct. Yeah.
Wrote Tootsie. She also, that's part of her deal too, is she is a script doctor in her later days, where she would come in and rewrite these movies after they'd already been written.
I shot the script
Tootsie.
Doctor, don't tell me what to do.
She did Red's Oscar-winning movie. She did,
which was with Warren Beatty.
Yes, and she outright wrote another Warren Beatty flick called Heaven Can Wait, which is a delightful movie about him being a football star and coming back from heaven so he could win the Super Bowl.
Which you had mentioned.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Heaven Can Wait, we need you on the field, buddy.
Yeah.
And she's just such a creative force, because besides all that, in between her big break of Hollywood, she was an esteemed playwright, winning Tony Awards for plays on Broadway and such. And then, of course, she was one of the greatest comedic acts of all time. Fellow director Mike Nichols, under Nichols and May, dominated the 1950s and 1960s comedy scene. Woody Allen, Jerry Seinfeld, all of them credit Elaine May in particular as some of the greatest stand-up or sketch comedy comedic forces of all time.
Sounds like you aren't a very big fan of her.
She rules.
Where does she rank on directors for you?
Number one, I think.
You think she's over PTA and?
I think so.
Linklater.
Every single one of her movies I adore, and I love all her stuff outside of her own movies she's done as well. She's unapproachable. She's sort of got these movies that are unlike any other movies I've ever seen. These sort of screwball with heart and meaning behind them.
It's funny that you talk so highly of her, because it's a big reason why we're doing it on the podcast here, is that you love her so much. But this movie in particular was not seen in that light of an eye way back in 1987.
That light of an eye. Yeah, it's long been considered one of the biggest flops in movie history.
Yeah. That light of an ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I messed that up.
Yeah.
The wrong anatomy.
Yeah. Different parts.
Light of the pussy.
That's it.
And it is the last movie she ever directed.
Correct.
1987, even though she's still alive today, and many people have begged her to direct movies. I also just think it's super cool.
The people that keep begging her is just Lukas. He just keeps writing her fan mail. Come on!
From different others.
But her and Mike Nichols were the comedy duo, and they both went on to be just like crazy critically esteemed Hollywood directors, which I think is also a cool fact. They dominated the comedy sketch scene. It's like if Colin Jost and Michael Che just suddenly went on to be like Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Sketch comedy into high-end directors. We've already mentioned a couple names of cast because of some other work she's done, but a cast for this movie includes Warren Beatty. You got Dustin Hoffman. You've got Isabella Gianni. You've got Charles Grodin, Jack Weston, Tess Harper, Carol Kane, and Heron Epoli.
A lot of Oscar wins and noms among that crew. Of course, Dustin Hoffman has won, I think, a couple of times. Yep. Warren Beatty's, I think, won for producer and been nominated a bunch of other times. Isabella Gianni had been nominated twice up to this point.
She had, huh?
She had.
Nice.
She had, indeed.
I know that Dustin, I think he won for Tootsie, and then he won for Rain Man, and he's had several other nominations.
Meet the Fockers. I believe Carol Kane and Tess Harper both have been nominated multiple times up to this point, too.
Who were they? I didn't know who they were playing.
They were the girlfriends of of Lyle.
The one looked familiar.
Carol Kane was in Woody Allen and The Shining, maybe.
Did Dustin Hoffman win for Kramer versus Kramer, or was he just nominated? I think he was just nominated.
Seth?
I think he was just nominated.
Okay, too. Yeah. What about The Graduate? Did he win?
The Graduate, he did win for.
I don't think he did.
He did. He did.
He did.
Did.
So that's a cast, and then a plot for Ishtar. 2 terrible lounge singers get booked to play a gig in a Moroccan hotel, but somehow become pawns in an international power play between the CIA, the Emir of Ishtar, and the rebels trying to overthrow his regime. That's a lot.
It is a lot. I think part of the joke is that it is a lot. That these sort of American involvement in overseas conflict is way complicated over the top, with Gaddafi and Syria were involved at some point.
Anwar Sadat, yeah. And
it's all left to these buffoons, as Seth called them.
And I think it is kind of poignant to say that as a watcher, you might be just as lost as Chuck and Lyle are in the movie, because they are just only repeating things that they've heard from their insiders and everything.
Game of telephone. It is a pretty crazy, complicated plot for like a comedy.
A lounge singer movie.
A songwriting comedy.
And then some history. I've got quite a bit of history. I told Seth about this. Chime in if you've got anything, Lucas, because I know you probably do. But oh, go ahead.
I was just testing it out.
Oh, okay. It works. It works.
Okay.
Ishtar is a
Great. Okay.
Ishtar is a 1987 American adventure comedy film produced by Warren Beatty. The idea for this film came about because Beatty felt indebted to Elaine May, who wrote the screenplay for his hit movie Heaven Can Wait in 1978. And she also did an uncredited screenplay right on his Oscar-winning movie Reds in 1981. Beatty wanted to give May a chance to make a film that she was artistically and commercially capable of making, and offered to produce and be the lead actor in it. May presented the idea to Beatty about a Hope Crosby Road 2 type picture and wanted to get another co-star, possibly Dustin Hoffman, to sign on. Hoffman originally turned the movie down because of misgivings, but eventually changed his mind after meeting with Beatty and his friend and confidant Murray Shishko. Hoffman, like Beatty, was also indebted to May, as she did an uncredited writing job for his hit film Tootsie in 1982. But here's where things go awry. Beatty and Elaine May quarreled and argued quite a bit off camera, and especially in the editing room. Hoffman would serve as the mediator between the two of them, and Beatty would also take sides against May in disagreements between her and the director of photography, Vittorio Storaro. At one point, Beatty and May had an argument with May, telling Beatty, "You want the scene your way, you shoot it," and May would abandon the set for long periods of time. Beatty then reported the incident to the Columbia Pictures production representative, who then offered to fire Elaine May as director of the film on Beatty's behalf as a producer of the film. But Beatty did not want to take on the responsibilities of directing the rest of the film himself, had May been fired, and did not want to contradict himself, as the whole point of the film was to give May the chance she had never really had to show her talents as director. This film ended up quickly drawing media attention for the onset clashes, substantial cost overruns, and polarizing reviews, and many initially considered to be one of the worst films ever made, although recently, critical support for the film has grown strongly since its release.
Nice. Yeah, I think the part about Beatty, which I think is kind of heinous of him, is he goes up and he says, "Yeah, Elaine May's a genius. You know, she saved me. She won me an Oscar. Let her do whatever she wants. I'll like back her up. I'll take all the bullets for her." And then as soon as it starts, he's just like, "You know what you're doing here? Like, do you need me to fire you?" Like, no, like he's let her do her thing, Warren Beatty. She made 3 of the best movies of the 70s before this, and he's sticking his little foot in there.
Maybe he only knew her as a writer, stuck up for her writing skills, but who knows? Maybe her directing is trash.
It's obviously not.
Are you defending Warren Beatty?
No,
now?
I just wanted to get Lucas heated.
Warren Beatty is a good filmmaker in his own right. It has a different style, I'm sure, than Elaine May, whose style, based out of improv comedy, like her background, is often to just let the camera roll for long periods of time and like sort of find the magic hours into the shots. Almost like a Kubrick way, but like not like a Psycho, maybe. She's kind of Psycho, I don't know.
Could you imagine if she teamed up with Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement? Just do your shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of what she is, because she's a comedian much like them.
Yeah.
But for her film Mikey and Nikki before this, she shot like 1.5 million feet of film for that movie.
Yeah, you said that last episode, and then you checked your penis.
I did.
You did.
So Warren Beatty, I think, was just like sort of clashing with that style, and he's like, "Do you really know what's going on here? You're just sort of leaving the camera go for a long time." And she's like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah, I was reading some of the things. It is just chill out, dude. I was reading some of the stuff with like the Columbia Pictures, like lawsuits and whatnot, that he was maybe trying to do, and he was basically saying she was an incompetent director the whole time.
Yeah, but he's also like, "I'm a feminist. I told everybody that I was going to let her do this, so I can't fire her. You can't fire her. Just like, it's fucking it up, and it's not my fault."
Because she's unioned. She's tenured. She's a tenured director on Ishtar.
Well, and this is also part of the reason you want to do this is because she's always had problems with studios in the past, like taking control and taking the edit away from her and everything. So he's like, I'll just let her do whatever she wants. And then even this, like what is supposed to be her free run, he's all over it. Not giving her a free run.
Bitch made.
Even though he's a good director too. Good filmmaker.
Beatty?
Beautiful man. Yeah.
No, he sucks.
What does he suck?
This is whatever he feels like sucking. That's kind of his MO.
He's been Dick Tracy.
Sucking
that's kind of his deal. Dick Tracy
I don't know.
is his big thing in the late 80s, 90s.
The only thing I know about Warren Beatty is that he was mean to your favorite director. So
so do you hate him?
That's the only light of my eye that I see him in.
Oh,
really.
Yes.
But he also gave her a good performance as Lyle Rogers.
That's Lyle Crocodile.
I've seen him in a handful of stuff. He's good in McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
I've never even heard of that.
Heaven Can Wait.
Oh, is that the one where he dies, but then he comes back to play football again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
He was Cooper Kupp.
God loves St. Louis.
He has to find a new body, so he has to get like a body of like a 40-year-old trucker.
Weird.
Because his body died, yeah. So it's like this fat guy kind of leading the Super Bowl charge.
Nice.
Could imagine if like an old woman declared for the NBA draft and she's like, I'm Kobe Bryant, I swear to God. You have to believe me. You can take me in the second round, but take me, it'll be worth it. She's got a bag.
I got a feeling about this girl.
I think that's the plot of Uncle Drew.
Yeah, basically. Kyrie Irving being reincarnated.
It's similar
to like reincarnation.
Probably.
Who directed Uncle Drew?
It's probably similar to like the Thunderstruck thing too, where the kid's like, "Trust me, I got the powers of." Trust me, I've got the powers of Kevin Durant. You're like, okay, little kid.
Yeah, whatever.
And then he dunks on your ass, bodies him.
He directed Drumline. Wow.
The director of Uncle Drew?
Yeah. Anyways, I think that largely Elaine May has been much maligned due to sexism. I think is a big part of it because a lot of these other directors, like Kubrick, he can do a million takes and everyone's like he's a genius. Elaine May does it, and Warren Beatty's like she's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's really in the light of the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Her movies fucking bang.
So that is my history, and it's budget time.
I have some interesting history about the budget too.
Ooh. We all had to sing songs about the budget all at once.
In the style of Rogers and Clark.
In the style of Robert
sing
White.
The budget? Oh yes, the budget.
We got a budget, yes we do.
Look out now.
Stroll in the park with you.
Scooby-Doo-ba-doo.
Budget to spend.
Da-da-da-da-da-da budget.
You're my best friend.
That was good. I got $2 to spend, but you're my best friend.
Doesn't make any sense.
Most of their songs didn't anyway.
Whose songs?
He said we had to do it in the form of Chuck and Lyle.
Oh, I just stole.
Their songs made sense.
Chop Suey. They were like entirely euphemisms.
It's a disenchantment with Reagan's America.
You know he's right.
Reagan was. Reagan was
disenfranchised.
Reagan was just a president. I was like, wait a minute, no, he wasn't in office yet, but he was. So I'm wrong.
For 7 years.
Because I was thinking this was 77. I was like, he was still like coming up.
Baby.
No, he was not a baby.
He was a baby.
No, he was very old.
Babies can cry.
That's what was he elected in?
Babies can cry.
In 80, he became president. 80 to 88, 1985.
He double termed it.
Reagan will cry.
His re-election was the biggest landslide in American political history.
To stop
was
me.
it?
Yeah, and
all but Minnesota.
Him and FDR's second election were the two biggest ones.
Which term was it that he like introduced crack into poor neighborhoods? When
I think both.
They did it in both of them. Because I thought it'd be funny if he did in the first one. People were like, that was awesome. You know,
they pretty much were.
Let's do it again. Yeah.
I think everybody's interventionist politics.
Interventionist politics.
Just getting our American nose everywhere. Middle East, South America.
Yeah. Watch out for the money, it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, do you have a budget guess,
But
Seth?
let's now guess this budget. But don't you guess it lazy, Seth.
Is that part of the song?
Yeah.
My name?
Yeah.
That's not like a fill in the blank thing.
No, it's saying that you can't go one up on somebody.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you sang the song to somebody else, you wouldn't sing their name. You would still sing my name.
Oh, of course. Because they all know you by now.
Yeah, if they listen, if they're requesting you sing them the budget song, they probably listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think you're gonna get as a quote directly from Lukas, apparently in 50 Shades, you're gonna get piss swamped here by Lukas and all of these.
Piss swamped?
Yeah.
Like Gonzaga?
Gonzaga's getting piss swamped right now, Alex.
I'm gonna say 1.24 million.
1.2, 1.4, or 1.24?
1.24 million.
Okay. Lukas?
No, this thing cost a hoss, which is part of it's much maligned. It's between 50 and 60 million. I think I'm gonna guess 60 million.
Damn.
Our winner today is Lukas. It's $55 million.
Oh.
That was between 50 and 60.
Yeah, he nailed it basically.
Yeah, most of it went to Elaine May, Warren Beatty, and Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Two of the biggest stars at the time, and they were also like, give Elaine May as much money as she wants. The interesting thing about this movie is that before this, or during production of this, like right before the production of this, Coca-Cola purchased the Paramount Pictures or whatever, Columbia Pictures. Yeah, Coca-Cola purchased Columbia Pictures, which made this movie, which had a lot of problems because Dustin, Warren, and Elaine May were all like, let's defer some of our money for our budget so we can get back end points, so we can get more budget money. And they're like, no, we're gonna pay you all your money in full. Don't be silly. And they also wanted to shoot it in Los Angeles, but Coca-Cola said, we have frozen assets in Morocco that we have to spend that money. There's no other way to spend it. So you guys have to go there and shoot the movie like on site. Like, no, we want to shoot it in Los Angeles, please. Like, no, make it real.
So you're stealing facts, I see.
I am.
That was word for word, like one of my facts. Let me find it real quick.
Coca-Cola's crazy. So let's make movies now.
The studio had wanted to shoot the desert scenes in the Southwest in LA in order to keep costs down and production under control. But Columbia Pictures, parent company at the time, Coca-Cola, had money in Morocco it could not repatriate. What a big word. So the studio relented and allowed production to take place in the real Sahara Desert.
Nice.
That's so stupid. And everyone blames Elaine May for like the budget going out of control and crazy, and she obviously tried to stop it at several points.
Well, and
budget disaster, and they're like, no.
Well, and Coca-Cola wanted, my other thing I was going to say was Coca-Cola wanted to pull out of it, but because they paid everybody up front, they were like, well, we can't do that now, so I guess we're
offered.
Yeah.
We're a big studio. We pay everybody too much money.
55 million. So he won and he took 2 facts. Next up, Lukas. What do you think
that's also like a crazy budget still.
Yeah.
For
1987 too.
Comedy ever made for like 20 years. Yeah.
All right. What do you think this made opening weekend, Lukas?
It didn't do well, I believe. I'm gonna say $4 million.
Okay.
I'll say $5 million.
One of you guys is so close. It's a 4.3.
Damn. To the decimal.
Yeah. When he said 4, I was like, shit, he is on it.
I'm on it today.
He knows.
He knows.
Merrily, merrily, merrily.
That's basically how Marina sings that song. Seth, U.S. and Canada total.
Don't do that.
You like it.
I don't like that. 28 million.
Okay.
Ooh, I was around there. I'm going to say 24 million.
The winner today is Lukas. It's a 14.4.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's definitely lower. Yeah.
Poor Coke. How are they ever going to survive?
They're not. They're not a company anymore.
What?
Your cherry Fanta today wasn't actually a Coke machine. They lied to you.
This is like you're just gaslighting me about the biggest lie in the world.
About the biggest company in the world.
Yeah, Coke went bankrupt. Also, they stopped making socks. They're just not going to do it anymore.
You remember that cherry Fanta you drank?
We're all going.
It was actually piss.
Naked shoes. It wasn't piss.
Remember when you drank Garrett's piss in the Gatorade bottle?
Yeah, I remember. I still refuse to believe that's true.
Oh, it's true, Dan.
Yeah, I know.
True, Dan.
It's true, Dan.
But it was like dilute. It was mixed in.
Yeah, it was part Gatorade, part piss. So
it was like 33% piss.
It wasn't like he was doing it directly into my mouth.
No. He was just doing milk jug challenge directly into his mouth.
Lucas is not happy. I just want to talk about Elaine May. You guys keep talking about piss.
Drinking piss.
Specifically drinking it.
And but Lucas, when was the last time you drank your piss?
Never.
Well, come on. Everybody's done it once, just out of curiosity.
I don't think so.
No?
He's an eat his own shit kind of guy.
I like about the story.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Free minds don't need to drink their own piss. They can just guess.
They had water fountains in abundance at Montessori.
Yeah.
On the south side, there was one.
Yeah.
So if you were thirsty, you drank your own piss.
Yeah.
Lucas, what do you think this made worldwide?
Brandon in the ghetto.
In the
$22 million.
Okay.
Worldwide?
Yeah.
Say 28 again.
Okay. Our winner today is Lucas. 14.4. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not even in the Middle East?
That's so surprising to me.
They didn't love their depiction of themselves in this movie.
Their favorite part was their favorite part was Dustin Hoffman as the auctioneer.
This actually sparked rebellion in the Middle East. People will blame Elaine May for 9/11.
None of these things.
She could have stopped it if they let her.
This whole like Moroccan Ishtar like political dispute war was actually fictionalized. It came to be after they saw this film.
Yeah.
Like, we need to start a war.
They're right. Where's that map that we forgot about?
Pretty one of the three wise men. It came to be. A war in the Middle East.
The prophecy.
The prophecy has been told. So
foretold.
In the light of the eye.
Somebody just stoked about a story. Oh my god.
It's gonna hurt.
He's been told.
It does hurt me to say it, but it is a certified flop at the box office.
$55 million budget.
Rotten.
14.4 million made, so it lost over 40 million.
I think it was a big reason why Columbia went bankrupt.
Yes.
After this, because of Coke's acquisition, they're like, all right, maybe we don't want to make movies anymore. What are we doing?
So they dropped them.
Let's do New Coke or whatever.
Yeah, they did.
The sock company.
And then people got so mad at New Coke, they switched back to regular Coke, and their sales have never been higher. They spiked after they went back to regular Coke, and they've never reached that level again.
But the thing is, I don't even like Diet Coke.
They know what they're doing. McRib style.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Diet Coke. Taglines. I don't have any taglines.
The fuck?
There was not a tagline.
All right.
So just
me and my homies getting money, you bish tar. Is the tagline.
That's pretty good. It's pretty great, actually.
Yeah, pretty grape. Cherry.
Grape Fanta.
Rogers and Clark overseas tour or something like that.
That's pretty good.
They're going concert in Morocco.
Going international.
The biggest battle of all time, Rogers versus Clark.
It's good.
It is good.
I like his puns.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Ishtar and feathered.
That's pretty good.
The couple smucks is good. Like an inside joke.
Schmucker's jelly, yeah. That's a good one. Schmucker's jelly.
Put the facts in the bag.
That's actually not the worst for this one. Where it's kind of like being held at hostage at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Worst tagline.
Yeah. We should have a worst tagline award. Or best tagline.
Best tagline. Yeah, we could do that as an award.
I mean, if you want me to watch the movie, all you gotta do is tag it with Elaine Mays. With like an apostrophe.
Yeah, Elaine May presents.
Yeah.
Coming January 13th.
She touched this.
Elaine May is Elaine May touches me in Ishtar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say coming on January 13th, aka Creech Day. Elaine May presents
Annual Creech Day.
They shouldn't be in the same sentence.
Creech Day and Elaine May.
You're saying hypothetically,
Creech.
We opened a museum for Creech, and somebody had to cut the ribbon at the ceremony to open the building. You don't think Elaine May should be holding those giant scissors?
No.
Okay.
We're having lunch uptown at that.
You and Elaine are having lunch.
Yes.
Brandon and I are at the Creech Museum.
Skipped your guess. Fucking junkyard.
We got LL Cool J or something.
We're in the museum. We're like, holy shit, Creech drove so Elaine could run.
I think so. We're going shopping after while you guys are grubbing around the junkyard for fucking Creech juice.
We're like, holy shit.
It's called oil.
It's oil. We're like, holy shit, this truck's got a 5.7 liter Hemi. Actually, it's 6.4.
Yeah. I just want to know who's holding the scissors to cut this. Who's welcoming the Creech Museum?
Like Josh Duhamel or something?
You think? Why does that make sense?
That makes complete sense.
Yeah, it should be him.
Paul Walker's ghost.
Domhnall Gleeson would be fun. I just like him. His face makes
me
just
laugh. Like to see him there.
Yeah. He doesn't have to hold the scissors, but if he could hold my hand on the way in.
He's the one that shakes Creech's hand
as they cut the scissors. Sir, it's a pleasure to meet you. Okay. Where are we with taglines? Did we decide on a good one? Elaine May apostrophe.
Ishtar and Feather.
Ishtar and Feather, I like, yeah. Okay. So taglines are done, which means we can get into facts. Factar-ish facts.
We're having lunch uptown.
I think
nowhere near the facility.
Yeah, of course not.
And then we're going, you've ignored my hypothetical. You're just like, yeah, here's my dream date with Elaine May. It has nothing to do with Creech.
We exist in the same. We exist in the same universe. Yeah, they're just having lunch.
They didn't even know it was opening. He's so far removed from us.
This is an avoidance.
You're trying to keep Elaine May from finding out. You're hoping she doesn't love Creech secretly.
No, she knows that I'm associated with this. She'll run me out of
her life.
Yeah.
Queens.
I think the easy one, or the good one, maybe not the easy one, would be telling facts is a dangerous business, something like that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Christopher Columbus sailed across on the Elaine Mayflower facts.
What the fuck?
I think that's pretty good.
That was so long-winded. I love it.
You didn't do the Mayflower, Brandon.
Usually I don't say long-winded ones like that, but it was the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
Bitch.
I know, but I still wanted to say something like that.
Santa Marina? Stolen Spanish valor? What is this?
A step too far.
You didn't even decide on the facts. Are you cutting me?
I do think yours is probably the best.
Yeah, I think we should do the whole song though.
Let's house the Mayflower facts one for
business.
For later.
Honest and popular don't go hand in facts.
No.
Nice.
Telling the facts is dangerous business.
Telling the truth can be dangerous business.
Because telling the facts is telling the truth.
Popular don't go hand in facts.
No, that's wrong.
Just say telling the truth.
Telling the truth is telling the facts.
Telling the truth can be
telling the facts.
Dangerous facts.
No.
Yeah.
Telling the truth is facts dangerous business.
I think I want to explore just one or two more options before we land on, because I think it's a good one.
Telling facts truth is dangerous facts business.
No, like other parts of the movie.
Camel facts.
Yeah. Rebellion facts.
Boob facts.
Yeah, that's true. Let's do that one.
When you were like, there's boobs in here, I didn't expect it to be one boob for half a second, but it still counts.
In an airport as well, yeah.
Yeah, in a public place. Airport facts.
That was the only way.
Yeah. Singing facts. No, I think telling the facts, it's a dangerous business, is what we got to be. In the light of the eye.
The light of the tiger.
Movie.
We nailed that last time. All right. Let's see what I got here. First fact.
Huh.
This is the last movie to be directed by Elaine May.
No!
The film's extreme failure kept her away from the Hollywood scene until she wrote the screenplay for The Birdcage in 1996. Was directed by her old comedy partner, Mike Nichols.
Out of 5.
2 years later, she reteamed with Nichols to write Primary Colors, for which she was nominated for an Oscar. It'd be so funny if he was like, no, out of 17. Like the weirdest scale.
That would be really funny.
A critic scale. Yeah, Along was alleged that she was put in quote unquote movie jail for making this movie, which is like it was such a flop that no one's like ever going to direct it again, which isn't entirely true. I think mostly she was just sick of all of the harassment and hang up that this movie caused her, and she was just like, I'm fucking done with directing.
Yeah, we've seen films that have been made that shouldn't have been made. Yeah. We've seen David Dakota's work. We know.
That guy doesn't have any shame, though.
That's true.
Or guilt.
And
hopefully
or
pleasure.
Or legs.
Or legs.
He's legless.
They lost it in an accident along with the penis.
Oh no, my dick and balls and legs got blown off in that horrific helicopter crash.
Yeah.
They were shot at by a bazooka in Morocco.
Yeah.
My next fact is that in one of Gary Larson's The Far Side comic strips, that this was her last film directed.
Okay.
In one of Gary Larson's The Far Side comic strips, captioned Hell's Video Store, the entire store is stocked with nothing but copies of this film. Larson later apologized, saying, "When I drew the above cartoon, I had not actually seen Ishtar. Years later, I saw it on an airplane and was stunned at what was happening to me. I was actually being entertained. Sure, maybe it's not the greatest film ever made, but my cartoon was way off the mark. There are so many cartoons for which I should probably write an apology, but this is the only one which compels me to do so."
Yeah, I love The Far Side. Love The Far Side.
I love The Far.
One of my favorite, and he did feel the need to apologize. I think that's a lot of this movie is people are saying it sucks and it's a bomb without even having seen it, which was the case with one of our greatest cartoonists. You guys familiar with The Far Side?
Larv The Far Side at the Harvard Yard.
I'm looking it up really quick because I don't remember. I don't think that's it.
What the fuck did you just PHAR?
That's Far Side. It's the hip hop.
The rapper.
I looked it up wrong. Far Side. The Far Side. Does the cows?
It's like slanted humor. A lot of cow humor.
What is this one? God at his computer, and he's dropping a piano on a guy. That's good. That's
really good.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, I like that. That's my favorite cartoonist now.
He's so good. I had like a giant book of Far Side cartoons. I was like this thick for the viewers at home.
I can't see it either. Oh,
yeah. Imagine
that's like 3 keys worth.
That's like, nah.
It's like your dick.
No.
Oh,
he said it first.
No, I didn't.
Seth.
I was gonna say somebody else's dick because that's small width of a book. The width of a book should not be dick length. I wouldn't claim that as my own.
Width.
Yeah, girth.
Maybe.
Is it girthy?
Yeah.
The hardback dick.
Hardback girthy cock.
And it's got that author on the side.
You got it tattooed?
Yeah, it says by God.
It just says Elaine May presents on it.
It says the holy instrument on the side.
My next fact is that Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, and Edgar Wright are fans of this film. Scorsese called it one of his favorite movies.
Nice.
Yeah, some motherfuckers with taste.
He also voiced a guy in a Shark Tale.
Hey, gotta eat.
I'm pretty sure he's eating just fine. That he didn't need to do Shark Tale.
Yeah, he wanted a Hummer though.
I'm pretty sure he can afford a Hummer. He's probably a top 5 director of all time. I'm pretty sure he can afford a Hummer.
He probably could, but made it a little easier. Rabbit or whatever.
I can't imagine tiny little Martin Scorsese dragging this big ass Hummer.
That's why he's a goat.
Yeah,
step stool to get up and do it.
Red flames. No, he just jumps.
Oh shit, he's got a 40-inch vert. I forgot.
Yeah.
She does. I do think that Elaine May is pretty revered in the industry, from comedians and filmmakers alike.
Any guesses on the Martin Scorsese height? I just looked it up.
He's like fucking 5'3".
5'2".
One of you guys is so close. Lucas is up 5-0. It's 5-4.
Damn.
Yeah, he's little.
He's tall.
Taller than I thought.
And you've got a foot on him.
He did a lot of coke too.
I got 2 feet on him, if you know what I mean.
You're standing on him?
Yeah.
Get off.
Get off of Scorsese.
He can't take it.
Next fact. Despite the film's reputation as one of the biggest box office failures of all time, it was #1 at the box office in its first week of release. The next week, with the release of Beverly Hills Cop 2, the film quickly dropped to 4th place.
Yeah, sure. I mean, 3 million is not a big opening, so it must have been not a great weekend to release it. Coke.
Slow news day.
They released it the opposite weekend of the new Super Mario Bros. Movie.
The opposite weekend.
Movie for babies.
Don't tell Mitch that.
I'll tell Mitch that.
I still have to read those messages, dude. That shit's so funny.
It got heated so fast. Check out the Discord, guys.
Did you read that, Lucas?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, God.
I saw Super Mario Bros. Yeah, and
so did everyone else in the country. Okay, and
that's all Seth got to, and then he couldn't read anymore because he was laughing too much.
Yes. Mitch is our finest film critic.
Yeah, he takes everything a little too personally.
We're gonna have him on next season. So, next fact is that the film's animal trainer went looking for a blue-eyed camel in the Marichek market and found one he considered perfect. But he chose not to buy it right away, expecting he could find others and use that knowledge to bargain with the first trader for a better price. What he didn't realize is that blue-eyed camels were extremely rare and could not find another camel good enough. He returned to the first trader, who had since eaten the camel.
Yeah. You probably should be holding on to it if it's blue-eyed camel. If they're rare, eating them.
I was like literally reading it the whole time. It's like, oh, he's gonna come back, and it was already sold. No, he ate that motherfucker.
I don't know. It might have been for the best because the camel in this was fantastic. This camel that they got.
Best animal.
A+ camel. Not a dromedary.
Really good camel. There's a joke in here somewhere.
Than the dwarves camel, I'd say.
And so this is one of Seth's quotes, I think, because I told him to quote me.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I was upset that Robert wasn't on because this is
camel theme.
Camel, yeah. Every movie that has a camel, we gotta have him on. Apparently.
Yeah, I love it.
It was supposed to be a burger. The guy that ate the camel.
Yeah, I also read that Elaine May was like at a screening talking about this movie or something, and someone asked her like, how'd you get the camel to do whatever you wanted? You know, like
to be blind.
Like, how you like train this camel? Yeah, like it's always comedic timing stuff and everything. And then she answered, she's like, yeah, I don't know, I don't remember.
Nice.
She's a queen.
Next fact. Elaine May shot 108 hours of raw footage. The final cut is only 1 hour and 47 minutes, making the shooting a 61-to-1 ratio.
That's some classic May shit. Kubrick would be proud.
I put that in here just for you because you'd already mentioned in our last episode about her 1,000,000 feet of footage. So I was like, this is perfect.
It's what she does, and I don't get it.
Next, while the credits indicate that a soundtrack was available on CBS Records, a soundtrack was never released. According to an interview with Paul Williams, a soundtrack was recorded and produced, but never released due to the movie's box office failure. They should have released that. It could have got them more money.
I don't know. I think they were like kind of like, this movie is in the shitter. Let's kind of like wipe our hands clear of it. But they did like record all those songs, which I would love and I would pay a lot of money for. They recorded them all in full and had like a full-on album. I think it would also be like a good musical or something like that too if they played all those songs.
That'd be
songs
really good.
Are the best part of the whole fucking movie.
They're so great. I was telling Seth right at the end of the movie that I was like, I could just do quotes of just the song lyrics, but I had to restrain myself from quoting every single song.
Yeah, I had a lot of song lyrics too. They're so good. They're pretending to be Simon and Garfunkel, but like not like sincere versions of it. Like people who really want to be Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah. Next
so it's
fact.
not like straight out like bad songs. They're just
no.
I mean, some of them are. But anyways.
Next fact: the film began principal photography in October of 1985 amidst high political tensions in northern Africa. Israeli warplanes had just bombed the Palestinian Liberation Organization, headquartered in Tunis, and 7 days later, the Palestine Liberation Front hijacked a cruise ship, the Achille Lauro, murdering a wheelchair-using elderly Jewish American, Leon Klinghoffer. The Moroccan military was fighting the Polisario Front guerrillas at the time as well. There were rumors from Palestinian terrorists that they might try to kidnap Dustin Hoffman, and some locations had to be checked for landmines before the shooting could begin.
But yeah, because Hoffman obviously is a major Jewish figure. And I did hear something else about that they'd been already working for 3 days in the desert when one of the generals came over, like waved his arms, like, you have to stop their landmines here. I was like, motherfucker.
You could have told me.
That would have been classic.
Did I do that?
Yeah. It was Urkel.
Yeah.
It's just a terrorist putting the landmines and they catch him. He's like, did I do that?
We're finally in the Middle East and nobody's seen Ham out here yet.
That's right.
He's the terrorist?
No,
but we put him in Iraq.
I know.
Forever.
We put him in Iraq.
But he kept messing up.
My penultimate fact is that the studio had wanted to shoot. Oh, you already said this. It's the Coke one. Never mind. Ultimate fact time.
Boo.
Nominations.
Okay.
First, the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards.
Fuck these guys.
Nominated for Worst Picture. Then at the Razzies, nominated for Worst Screenplay and Worst Picture. The only thing it won was at the Razzies.
Fuck these guys.
For Worst Director. For Elaine May. She tied with Norman Mailer for a movie called Tough Guys Don't Dance.
How dare they?
So just Razzies and Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, left and right.
I mean,
and Elaine May is the ultimate winner for the worst director of 1987.
And this is why she barely was like, fuck directed movies if these morons think that Ishtar is bad. You know what I mean?
Maybe it is bad.
It's not. Jump out the window.
Well, we're in the basement, so I'd have to climb up it.
So the shards get you.
Yeah. It's about the cuts.
The deep cuts.
Those fuckers. But I have one more last fact about Ishtar.
Hooray!
When they were filming it, 2 things happened with Elaine May. One, she had an incredible toothache. So she had to always was like super irritable and very angry and like refused to go to the dentist the entire time.
I read that.
Yeah, so the whole time she was being like very, I'm sure, bitchy and standoffish. And the other thing is she was like also afraid of the sun and getting like too much sun exposure. So she was constantly wrapped in gauze the entire time.
I read that too.
Yes, everyone said she looked like a stormtrooper and was like incredibly aggravating and just like a hell to be around. But that's like
she missed all of her gunfire.
That's what the best directors are like.
She sounds insane.
Like she is.
I love it. She looks like a mummy going around just being an asshole to everybody because her tooth hurts and she refuses to take care of it.
She wanted to shoot it in LA, but fucking Coca-Cola told her to do it in Morocco.
Yeah.
Well, she had a toothache. She should have told him about the toothache. They could have given her some Oragel.
My tooth hurts. I'm not going to Morocco.
I mean, she probably tried to pull that. The other funny thing about this movie too is that everything went wrong in the desert, right? She had the toothache, afraid of the sun. Everything was going over budget. There's fucking terrorists coming to kidnap Dustin Hoffman. And then after that, they shot the stuff of New York, which is the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
So you think if they all hated each other and said fuck everything, it would be the other way around. But the best stuff is in New York.
At the very end. They're like, fuck the singing scenes.
It's
Okay. And with
I'm gonna
that,
pepper the rest of the narrative with facts, but yeah, here we go.
let's get into the movie. Shit, the reel got stuck. Give me a second. Bong. Bing, bing.
Nicole couldn't make it today.
Okay, well, my first note is
She was killed.
no. I was just thinking like Nicole couldn't make it, so we're just gonna get into the movie.
No, just
How'd
killed.
she die?
Killed verbally, not literally.
Oh.
She and Elaine
Like
May
a
were in a
rap battle?
screaming fit. Yeah, like a rap battle.
Hosted by LL Cool J.
Yeah, LL Cool J MC'd the Elaine May Nicole Kidman
He left
rap battle.
He left the Creech Museum early to host this rap battle.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he's 90 years old.
After Elaine May had to leave her
killed it.
uptown
She killed it.
uptown lunch with Lucas to go do a rap battle with Nicole Kidman.
Uptown lunch you up.
Ooh, she did. So
I
Nicole,
hope she doesn't die ever.
She won't, buddy.
she could pull a Walt Disney like we talked about last week and be cryo frozen.
Yeah.
She wouldn't dare.
She would. She would cryo freeze and come out just not anti-Semitic, though, I think. Unless that's just what happens when you get cryo frozen.
She is Semitic.
It's like a side effect. She's Semitic.
She's Jewish.
That's what I thought, too.
Big part of her identity, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty unlikely she'd be anti-Semitic, right?
You'd think.
Side effects of cryo freezing may include anti-Semitism,
thoughts of genocide, warts,
and thoughts of suicide.
Waiting for a long ass time.
Memory loss.
Death of your friends and family, never to be seen again. Sadness.
Cold.
Darkness.
One of the side effects of cryo.
It's not a side effect, it's an effect.
This is all what life's going to be like without Elaine May.
Raynaud's.
This is anti-Semitism, genocide, all our friends and family will die.
Seth could never get cryo frozen because he has Raynaud's.
It's true.
He's too tall. Me neither.
They don't make pods my size.
Yeah.
Do they make one short enough for me?
Of course.
No, they only make them for 6'1" guys and gals, but no taller, no shorter. The perfect height, the ideal shape of a human being. 6'1", 90 pounds.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I was gonna say Devin. I think is 6'1" and Carter's 6 foot, but
heaving shoulders.
You're all shoulder and then just a twig down.
You're basically a triangle.
You're describing Nicole Kidman right now because she's tall as hell.
She's 6'1", 90 pounds.
She kind of is.
She's back, huh?
Oh, he fucking died. Oh shit. Giannis Antetokounmpo suffers lower back contusion, will not return an opener. Look up Nicole Kidman weight.
No. You know what Google's gonna try to sell me if I look that up?
Nicole Kidman is 5'11". We'll make an exception for
you know how many
her.
girdles?
Nicole Kidman weight. She weighs, her dimensions are 34, 23, 36.
That's hot.
I found that immediately.
I don't know what that means.
She weighs 64 kilograms.
But I assume it's hot.
64 kilograms, which is
94 pounds.
141 pounds. We'll make an exception for her. 5'11", 141. Broad shoulders.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman has been cryo frozen. Let's get into the movie. Oh, his thing got stuck.
It buckled in.
So you open the film. Bless you. I love editing, but I also hate it because I have to go through and find every one of Lucas's coughs directly into the microphone.
Yeah, you can leave them.
There are a lot of them, especially when you were sick the last couple weeks.
Do you have to edit that out?
No, I'll probably leave that with.
Probably should have asked before I did that.
Yeah, you probably should have. But like Lucas,
I forget that is a new one.
Lucas coughs like crazy loud in the microphone. It creates a giant peak. So
they like it.
They don't because I edit loud.
It makes it feel more real, you know. You hear the static like on a vinyl. The sound bleed a little bit.
The realest episodes are when Harry Met Sally, which you said you couldn't listen to because the audio was so bad.
Yeah.
That's me not doing things to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so the movie opens up in some credits. You hear some singing, telling the truth, just trying to come up with something. They are...
It's a classy intro.
It's a classy intro.
This is a classy intro for sure.
Devin would probably think so.
Because you only get like the main players, and it is them trying to come up with their new Simon and Garfunkel song, thrown right into the action.
Trying to come up with something. They're just spitballing off the top. They don't have anything written down. And then
have either of you guys ever tried to write a song before, Seth? Have you?
Seth's tried to write many songs.
Yeah, plenty of times. I think I've written one or two good ones, but most of the time they end up like this. I mean, this was back in high school.
Can you sing it for me right now?
No, it was something stupid. It was like this track girl that I was interested in, and I wrote a song about like...
She's a runner. God. She's a track star.
No.
That's her song.
I feel like this embarrassing pit in my chest thinking about the lyrics. I don't remember all of them, but I remember the cringiest part of it because it was something about running. And it was like running laps in my mind, falling in. I think it was falling in love in record time.
Yeah, that's so good.
It's horrible.
Good lyrics.
It's great for this movie though, because like Lucas recommended to me. They start singing like that immediately. I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. I get it.
Who was this for?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
Bethany
you don't
Crisp.
believe me, dude?
No,
Bethany Crisp. It was her. She had the curliest nails in class. Not because they were designed that way. She just let them grow out.
Lucas didn't die that time. He actually screeched.
Yes. Lucas saved himself.
Give me her initials.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to do this right now.
I want to know.
It was a lot to like even express those lyrics just a minute ago. I won't tell you who and what they were for.
Because you think there's still a chance?
No. No. There wasn't a chance at the time or now. And I don't even think I was interested. I think I was just like a 16-year-old kid with hormones. I was like, I'm
type it down so you don't have to say it on air.
No.
I want to know.
No.
I haven't seen you in weeks.
It was Bailey Bomar.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't think I would have got it if you would have said BB.
Yeah, but then it would have been like, I might as well just say it.
So you did.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
just took enough peer pressure.
They're coming up with songs and whatnot, and they finally settle on something. And now you get this weird battle of the bands-esque performance at a bar, and they were definitely the worst of the groups.
Yeah,
they were.
None of the groups were that great, but
it's like
there was some pretty classic punk rock stuff in there.
I mean, if you're a fan of punk rock, which we know you are,
is.
Yeah, there was some good stuff.
There was some decent stuff.
The Ramones, Brandon.
But
the Smiths.
It's Roger and Clark or Lyle and Chuck, which I had quickly into it. I was like, wait, is that not their names? Like I kind of had to figure it out. But Roger and Clark get
those keys.
What?
Oh, I just heard jangling.
That's their screen door.
Oh,
Alex.
Alex. Did she say hi back?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Well, anyway, they get a talking to that they aren't really songwriters and need to sing songs people are already familiar with from their agent. What's his name?
Marty Freed.
Marty,
yeah.
I didn't remember the
last
name.
agent name ever.
And so they are at the Ad-Lib. Oh, this was a place. They're at the Ad-Lib, and they are just butchering together again. And eventually,
this song rules. Where they just have the bongos.
They love the bongos.
Oh, they're performing? Right?
Yeah.
And he's just doing the...
Yeah. He's just... And they butcher the performance. They have no money anymore. No backup plans. When Marty's like, He's like, I got 2 potential gigs for you. One's in Honduras and one's in Morocco. They're both for pretty lousy money.
And he's like, the Honduras has the death squads, but you do have to get halfway all the way to Morocco because I can only get you to the Canary Islands.
Yes, but
the rest you have to go themselves.
But like, I was thinking about the money thing because I think it was like $75 a week for Morocco. Or no, that was Honduras. 90. It was 90. Which is $45 a person, which isn't great money, but in Morocco is probably decent spending money.
Do you think it's just a third world country over there?
I mean, it technically is.
I was asking. I don't know.
You were like, is Morocco in Africa?
I knew where Morocco was. I just didn't know where. In
top left corner.
Yeah.
Right across from Spain.
That's what I told him. What's the capital of Morocco?
Rabat.
I did not know that one.
What color is my underwear?
Purple.
Close.
Brown.
The color.
It poop stains.
No.
But anyway, so they end up in this bar at night, just kind of like pondering with no real opportunities together anymore. They're like, I just want to be alone. When we get a flashback.
This is great because he's like, I want to be alone. And he walks to the bar and then Warren Beatty follows him in there. He's like, it's the only bar that's open.
Only one that's open at night.
Yeah. Is this okay?
Yeah, and then he's like, I'll have a bourbon. Then at the other end, he's like, make that too. And he's like, don't give him a bourbon. He'll fall on your face. Drink a beer.
He's like, okay, he can't handle his liquor.
I didn't understand. It seemed like they were mad at each other when they weren't like mad the scene before. I didn't understand that.
They're upset.
They're just like at the end. They're at a wall with their band. They're like, this is it. We're either over or we have to go to Morocco to play. So they're kind of just like trying to like take the time to think about it, but
so he's like
just follows him around. And he's mad about that.
So they flash back. Lyle is an ice cream truck driver, and as he drives, coming up with jingles and not paying attention to the kids.
Hot Fudge Love.
Not paying attention to the kids.
And it was like a Cherry Ripple.
Yes. It's one of my quotes.
Oh, you got it later then.
He's ringing the bell to the rhythm, and then all the kids are like, "Hey, you want to buy some?"
Not stopping for anybody. And Chuck is a performer, and apparently he was at this restaurant a year ago and says, "If you come back, I'm gonna perform a song for this old couple." He sings the song, "I'm leaving some love in my will" to this old couple.
Because they're so old.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna be dead soon.
But don't worry, there's love to still give you.
Yeah.
It's in the will.
It's in the will.
One of his better songs, too.
It was a good song. I liked it.
It was decent. Preposterous idea.
Thought so too.
Yeah.
Carol Kane, who's...
Tell him that his songs are good, but she's like, you should also move in with me so your life would be a little bit easier. When a man in the restaurant hands him a note that says he's a songwriter, and this person is Lyle. They're like, oh shit. So they kind of talk and whatnot. Crocodile. And now we get a montage of them writing songs together.
Yeah, this is also cool because it's like Carol Kane, who's this classically beautiful Oscar-nominated woman, but in the movie, and she's just like, yeah, I'll do everything for you. Just move in with me. And then he's like, I don't really care. And then he gets a note from Warren Beatty. He's like, oh my god.
Some guy likes my
song. I have to go meet him. Yeah.
And then you never see Carol Kane again.
Yeah. Well, one other time.
Yeah. Very minimum, though.
A couple other times.
So they're writing songs together in this montage, and then they have an argument over Smuck versus Schmuck. Then they start to go through, Lyle goes through a divorce, so he's there for him. And then Chuck goes through a breakup, and then they get together, and Chuck ends up so devastated of his breakup that he's on the edge of his building, basically ready to jump, and he calls Lyle, like, just don't call the police. And then immediately you hear sirens.
It's a very sincere moment, I think. Because he was really like worried. He's like, I wasn't going to get here in time, so I had to call the cops. He's actually worried his friend was going to jump when I think Chuck was just looking for attention.
Well, he wasn't out there when he made the phone call, so I was wondering if he didn't get onto the ledge until he heard the police coming, because it's better to be caught on the ledge.
He did.
I also like as he's like sitting there waiting for his friend to get there or to like jump out the window. He's still like riffing songs. He's like, my tears are dry. It's too big a hurt to cry. Whatever it was, he's still going. And then yeah, the cops show up. He darts out there with the pillow in hand.
Oh, did I miss that part?
What?
Did I miss him going out there when the cops show up?
Lyle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
Lyle.
No. Chuck.
Yeah, they knock on the door. He's like, "Oh shit!" So he goes out on the ledge, and they're cornering him on the ledge. And
I didn't even
his
see
mom,
that part.
His dad, the rabbi are there to try and talk.
Rabbi Pierce is there.
Thank God, Rabbi Pierce is here.
You remember Rabbi Pierce?
But Lyle eventually gets there and goes out onto the edge with him. The leap of faith, basically, as he coaxes him back in. They almost fall off from Dustin Hoffman just flailing.
Yeah.
But
the most heartwarming part of the movie, maybe. Going out there and he's like, you don't have, how many people don't have a whole lot? They don't have someone to go out on a ledge for them like this.
It's invoking Jim Carrey's Yes Man.
Or vice versa, maybe.
No.
And he's also like, you even though you have nothing, it takes a lot of nerve to have nothing at a man your age. You should be proud of that.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites. Don't try to kiss me, Brandon. That is one of my favorite quotes.
But he ends up getting him back in there, and now it's current day at the bar, and Chuck proposes that they take their show on the road to Morocco. And so you get the title drop of Ishtar, but it's also a setting drop card, basically, which I thought was nice.
It's maybe my favorite movie intro ever, the first 25 minutes of Ishtar. Staying in New York. It's so good. It moves at such a good pace, too. I was going to say that as well, because it's very quick montage style. It's this funny scene on the next funny scene. They're writing songs. We're going to this. It's just so great. And then it kind of drags a little bit, in my opinion, but
I'm trying to
the
think
first
of
25s are like a GOAT movie intro.
I'm trying to think of like my favorite movie intros until where the title card drops like a long movie intro. I think one of my favorites is WALL-E. Like that title card doesn't drop until like 14 minutes in, and it's just
WALL-E's good, yeah.
Bleak.
Pixar's got good ones.
But yeah, so they're gonna go to Morocco together, and people in Ishtar are talking about all the war that is nearing them and how they won't be able to do they've got like this map that what was the map actually assigned to?
I don't.
What did it tell?
Particularly, no. I knew it was a holy map. It was sort of like foretelling a prophecy of these two messengers that were going to come here and overthrow the government or whatever. I don't exactly remember what the map was leading to, though.
Yeah, like why do you need the map? I don't know why they needed the map.
I think the map was more of a talisman of sorts.
Oh shit! A Tesselman.
A Tesselman.
It is unclear.
But it seemed like they were doing like archaeology work or something. But like people start to close in on Omar, and he starts to run. He hid this map, and he tells he tells his babe, but it's actually his sister. I didn't know at the time.
He did.
My nose right. He tells his babe that it's hidden, but no one will find it. Then he gets stabbed and says the only people that will find it are two messengers from God. And you get a quick cut to Lyle and Chuck singing on a plane. I was like, this is a good cut.
That was a good cut.
These are your messengers.
Yeah, they're like making up songs as they do in the plane. Wish they had a pencil. Some jazzy airport music.
They wish they had a pencil the whole movie.
That's a great bit.
Running gag.
For,
best
the
running
worst
gag.
Songs too.
Yeah. But like, they land.
Genius. Write that down. It's like I don't have a pencil.
They land in Ishtar, and a woman stops Chuck to get him to give him, to give her his passport, his clothes, his suitcase items, all that, so that she's able to get out of here.
She scammed him. You
it's
never
a little
see
weird
her again.
Because it's Isabella Johnny, who is a beautiful Hollywood starlet and was dating Warren Beatty at the time, which is another reason why this movie gets hated on. Because he was married,
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was married and he was dating a Johnny, like with an affair during this movie, so people were not happy about that. But I don't get like why everyone's like, oh, she can obviously pass as this teenage boy. when she's like this model actress.
Yeah. Well, everybody thinks she's a guy. I don't know why, but she even flashes him real quick because he thinks she's a dude, and she's like, "Oh, really? One tit, like half a second." She's like, "Oh shit,
like for
that
what?
was a boob."
You have all the ways to prove to somebody.
I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but Warren Beatty's way he found out a girl was feeling her tits, so it's
a lot of breast humor.
Yeah, so
she
great. Flashed him. Chuck definitely gives away his documents, but now he can't get a new passport in Ishtar and cannot travel with Lyle to their gig in Morocco.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it, of course. Not that he's like been stranded in a war-torn country. He's like, "Oh no, we're not gonna make our booking. You're gonna have to do it solo."
Do it solo, and
he has to stay behind and become a CIA agent.
Yeah, he stays behind. A fellow American, this is Jim Harrison in the hotel, comes to see him and take him to dinner. He's like, "Oh, you're the only American here. Let's get dinner." I don't know what they were eating, but Dustin Hoffman's hands were so dirty as he was eating it.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't think he was eating it right.
I don't know if he was. It was just like a big bowl of veggies and meats, and he's got garlic and oil just covering his hands.
That's hilarious. They're such doofuses.
There was like a lot of carbs on it. It kind of reminded me of like the cornmeal surrounding of like a tamale too. Like his hands were just like, But I did it now.
Jeez.
It got caught on my watch right here.
Cringe.
But yeah, this other guy's a CIA agent. He's not there to just have lunch with him. He cons him into thinking that, like he's like, "Oh, a big hotshot singer." And he's like, "Oh, can I have your autograph or anything?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a CIA agent. I'm looking for new agents or whatnot. The pay starts at $150 a week or something." He's like, "What?"
Yeah, Andy can get him access to Marrakesh where they're supposed to perform, which is the big deal.
That is a big deal. And
there's Charles Grodin, who we love.
He's playing Chuck like a fiddle, gets him to be an inside man with
He's
the big
dad from Beethoven.
Is he?
Yeah, the dog movies.
Well, he gets him with this big cash incentive to be his inside man, and now you're in Morocco. Lyle's getting ready to perform all by himself and butchering this before. He doesn't take a single crowd suggestion. He's like, "What songs do you guys like?" And they all start naming stuff. He's like, "Well, check out this one."
It's pre-rehearsed lines, so he's like, "Hey, do you like Simon and Garfunkel?" No one says a thing. He's like, "Me too." All right, let's get going.
That one woman suggests That's Amore like 6 times.
It's so really funny.
But Dustin Hoffman ends up hearing that because he comes in to save the day, gets him just in the nick of time to sing that as Lyle just kind of mumbles in the background. And their show was such a big hit that they get a standing ovation.
They bring the house down.
And so they're kind of celebrating together, and he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna go take a drive now that I'm in Morocco," which is super suspicious. And Lyle's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep." So Lyle's asleep when Shara, this is the girl that
the teenage boy,
yeah, with the tit flash, comes into his room, and tries to take his bag. He tackles her, and she kisses him. And he's like, he's like, he kisses her back, and then he's like, wait.
Sexual confusion going on.
One, he thinks he kissed a dude. The other thing, he thinks he kissed a child. 2,
3, he didn't back away immediately.
No.
Either.
He lingered.
Yeah.
After he leaned in and kissed more, lingered, and then backed away. You have to let it linger.
Yeah, I'm such a fool for you.
Burn you.
You got me wrapped around your finger.
Did you have
he did
to
linger.
let it linger?
He had to. He did.
He had to. He had to let it linger.
But thinks she's a dude for the longest time. Even punches her in the face until he grabs her breasts
so
and realizes that she's a chick. This is Shira.
Huh?
Shari.
Shira?
Shari, I think.
Shira. Shirra.
Shira
Assel.
Shira Assel. Okay. Shira.
And she confronts him the whole time, saying that his roommate is a CIA agent, and he must be wary of his actions, and that they will meet again when he buys a blind camel.
She pretty quickly convinces him to be like an agent for her Communist Party.
I mean, so did Jim. Jim was like,
yeah, that's immediate scene too.
But I guess Chuck had the money incentive to get into it. Lyle's just like, oh fuck, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, he's no reward at heart. Well, he was also like kind of in love with her too.
I guess the reward was her. Yeah,
they're both easily. They both are roped in very easily to this international conflict.
And
next, because Chuck drives to go to a restaurant actually and meets with Jim, which is a very long scene and a lot of intrigue being talked about here.
Oh my god, there was so much back. Chuck was bugged with a pen that Jim gave him, and Jim's telling him about how Shara Assel has landed in this country and that she's a left-wing agent, but he's working with the Emir of Ishtar, and they're trying to get back to Gaddafi in Libya, and that her brother was the guy, Omar, that hid the map and got killed. So now they're looking for the map, but she's the left-wing communist agent, so they need to stop him, and that he thinks that Lyle is part of the communist thing with Shara. So now both Lyle and Chuck are suspicious of each other, but they don't know why.
Yeah, because they can't really keep up. Much like we can't. But it does pit them against each other. Yeah, the Simon and Garfunkel of the movie. One's a communist, one's a CIA agent now.
It's technically dramatic irony because we know what they don't, but we also don't know the background the same as them. It's double layered irony.
Yeah, it's all in circles.
But after all that, Chuck's going back to try and get intel, and the next day, Chuck and Lyle are in this like Moroccan market, each testing each other with like the random political lingo that they heard from their sides, and just try to catch the underperson slip undercover.
Kind of, yeah. They're also like looking for the camel market for the blind camel, which is very funny.
They're looking for the camel market. They're buying like, it seemed like purses of some sort.
That's pretty cool,
like,
market.
Like bags of some sort when they get held at gunpoint.
Well, the lady asked them to like look for Muhammad at the thing. She's like, tell Muhammad to buy a blind camel. So he's like, Muhammad, and then like everybody in the market comes up. Everybody's named Muhammad. That's a good bit. And they're like, yeah, we'll sell you a camel.
Why would your name be between McLovin and Muhammad? Muhammad's the most commonly used name in the world. Read a book.
Yeah.
Have you ever met anyone named Muhammad? Have you ever named anyone McLovin?
A worse movie than this movie.
I'm gonna disagree, but
you're wrong. Yeah,
you just don't get Superbad.
Oh, I get it plenty.
No, you don't. You don't get it.
I get it too much.
He gets it too much that it's derivative.
But it is funny. It is funny that they're like, the code word was the blind camel, and the guy's like, yeah, I'll get you a camel with one leg. I'll get you a dead camel. What else you need?
Yeah.
Also, there was right before that a giant CIA shootout. They are being tracked by like 60 different like agents from different sides.
So many different spies.
And I was like, who the fuck is who? They're all dressed in Hawaiian shirts, but also had like hijabs on. I was like, who is who?
Some were just vagrants. They were just homeless guys.
Yeah.
60 out of nowhere just start shooting. So many people die, but yeah, Chuck and Lyle escape. They escape with like a random tour guide whose uncle was the owner of that rug shop.
It's funny because he's a rug dealer. That's a good joke.
Seth didn't get it.
I didn't hear it.
Oh yeah, he didn't even hear it.
He deals rugs.
That's funny.
He was like, "Oh, I completely missed that." I was like, "You didn't hear him say, how do we tell them that we're not in the rug business?"
Yeah, I missed that part.
But so they end up getting out of there. Jim is meeting with the Emir of Ishtar, who's not convinced that these two hooligan American singers are random pawns. He thinks they're in on this. So he wants them executed now so that the map isn't found. It's easier if they're dead and they find it on their own. Even if they've got an inside man in Chuck.
Yeah, too complicated.
And so Shira confronts Chuck. She's already confronted Lyle. She meets back with him and tells him that she went through her suitcase that she gave him and that the map wasn't in there. She's sure that he gave it to the CIA agent, but now she finds out that Chuck is not some international agent. Kind of opens up to him, and he kind of falls in love with her.
He does. He's more upset. He's like, how come you didn't choose me to be your communist? Like, I would have liked to choose Lyle. I would have been a great communist. So yeah, they are both in love with her, and he's more upset. Like, he's like, I didn't want to be on the CIA. I want to be on your team. You didn't ask me. God.
And meanwhile, Lyle buys this blind camel, like you said.
Let's go.
And like a bunch of clothes. Let's go.
The camel is hype.
Fucking go. He buys a bunch of clothes to try and disguise themselves. And while Chuck tells Lyle to go change, Jim intercepts Chuck, talks to him about how he met with Shira, and he wants to get them out of there so that they don't get killed because of Lyle. So they have to wander into the desert until they see an oasis.
There's a good bit here where he tells them to point at the camel when they're talking to make it seem like they're haggling over the camel or whatever. So he just points at the camel the entire time. Dustin Hoffman, Academy Award winner. He's pointing at the camel for gags. He's great.
I'm not a camel.
Dan.
Dan. Fuck you, Dan.
Fuck you, Dan.
I went to Cold Stone the other day.
Is that true?
It is true, Dan. They had 2 new hires. Dan wasn't there. The lady was like, it's my second day. I'm sorry. I was like, well, we used to work here. It's okay. We understand. She's like, now I'm more nervous.
2 new hires since when?
I don't know. They were both pretty new. They didn't talk at all. They didn't talk to anyone.
They're mutes.
They were mute, yeah.
That's how Peter Pitt was today, too.
Yeah, they had a lot of new hires. But, so he talks to them. They say they must wander into the desert. And while he's talking with Chuck, Shira intercepts Lyle because she noticed Chuck talking to Jim. So she tells him to go into the desert and drop these beads that she gives him so he can find a way back so that they won't be killed. But both of these plans were actually just a way to get them to die in the desert without anyone knowing. They realize that it's more of a hassle to keep their one inside man alive than lose everything that they've worked for.
Yeah. And they supposedly know, they're the only ones who know that Shira doesn't have the map. So if they die on their side, then she can keep up the illusion that she has the map.
Correct.
Utter importance.
Because she told Chuck that she didn't have it. But it's important that he doesn't tell people that she doesn't have the map. I was looking to Seth, I paused, I was like, wait. There's so many negatives going on right now. What does she want?
She wants love after all.
Oh.
Is that right?
She wants respect. RESPECK.
She does.
She does. And so they wander into the desert. They're just out there. And Chuck ends up passing out. The vultures just start circling him.
Like, that was just rest aid. Get away.
But he comes to as they start to get wary of each other. And now Chuck and Lyle freak out because they're about to miss their show. They're like, oh shit, our show!
Yeah, they're worried about their reputations. Like, word's going to get out. We miss shows. They're going to be blackballed. The press will get word of this.
But then they end up confronting each other about why they're actually working for each side, with Shira and with Jim, all the hearsay that they've heard on each side. And they start to realize that neither of them know the full story or what they're even talking about. They're like, oh, huh. So
a metaphor for America, maybe.
Oh,
maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
And now they're also both mad because they think Shira is their girl. Start yelling at each other when a sandstorm hits. I was like, what the fuck? She told me that there's no wind in the desert.
Nobody was even talking about it.
It's like, this must be a rare event. Yeah.
They keep that up the whole rest of the movie. Yeah, it's like it's a 1 in a million chance.
So we got hit with the sandstorm.
Sure, there was wind, yeah.
And the camel was like lying down, starts moving while they're on its back as they ride out into the storm. And they make it through. They come to a stopping point when they see armed soldiers in a truck. Lots of camels around it. Chuck sends Lyle down because he's the only one dressed up to get some water for them. And then all of a sudden they see Chuck up on the hill. They're like, "Are you the auctioneer?" He's like, "Yes."
Yeah, he does some Nacho Libre shit.
So he comes down. He has to try and sell a bunch of guns to the Arabic Berbers. Is Berbers a word?
Berber.
Yeah, it's like a tribe, I think. There.
Chris Berber from Mr. Gerber's class.
Park the car at the Harvard wall.
Yeah, you've got it.
And so he's got to apparently translate for all of these different
like Arabic dialects,
mercenary Arabic dialects out in the middle of the desert. And it gets pretty racist as he just starts screaming in God knows what dialect.
It does, yeah. Well, yeah, but I think the joke is on Dustin Hoffman, because everyone's like, what the fuck is going on here? Until Warren Beatty comes in, he's like, oh, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he had, since he sent Lyle down, he had the inside man down there. So the gibberish that he said, Lyle was like, oh shit, I need to help. Because one of the things was like, tell them all your camels are gone. And so he's just shouting things. And then Lyle heard it. He understands. So he's like, and runs around the corner. They all run and check it out. So they all freak out and stuff. And it ends up being somewhat of a success of an auction. Yeah. And so they start selling things when an American chopper comes in because they put a tracking device on Chuck. He's got a little pager that the CIA has been tracking their location. I loved when the camel was just doing circles and it would cut to the CIA just watching their little beeper go in circles. Like, where are they going?
Are they drunk? No, the camel's blind.
The camel's just blind. But they're like, oh, they've been stopped for over 20 minutes. They must be dead or passed out. So the chopper comes in to basically see if they're dead. When it sees they're still alive, they turn around. Chuck and I are like, oh, shit, they didn't see us. They thought they were going to be rescued.
Yeah, and all they're left with is a bunch of weapons.
Not a bad trade, but they're crawling through the desert, dragging weapons, dying of dehydration. When they start just singing songs to each other, laughing. It's like, my lips hurt real bad. He's like, well, let's sing a song.
My lips are on fire, Chuck. With desire. Dying of dehydration.
Yeah, and then still they're just like, get a pencil. Get a pencil.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's funny because he's like, get a pencil. And Lyle's like, I think I found a way out of here, and he spots the map on the back of him is the next part Brand's about to get to.
Yeah.
But he's like, I think I found a way out of this, and he's like,
did he? What is on the map?
He's like, Lyle, don't lose it now. When the whole time he's like, get a pencil. Get a pencil.
Yeah, so he stands up looking for a pencil, sees that he's wearing his jacket to protect him from the sun. Chuck is inside out, and on the inside of the jacket, matching kind of the color and like the pattern of the inside of the jacket, Omar had sewn the map on the inside. And they're like, holy shit, this is a map. They don't really know what it's for, but now they both come to the realization that like they've been duped the whole time. They were also like, those beads never shined in the desert.
What the hell?
Gerard told them that the beads were going to shine. So like, well, shit, she tried to kill us in the desert. And then this helicopter comes back like, oh, thank God we're going to be rescued. They get fired at by a rifle. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, well, everyone's trying to kill us. And they had the guns. So
yeah, they kind of have a resolve about it. They're just like, ah, fuck it. Let's just be Rogers and Clark versus the world. Fire's back.
It's pretty sweet.
Shoot back. He's like, I was a hunter.
Yeah.
Better hunters than the turkey hunters. And
I used to hunt before the tire factory opened up.
It's such a Midwestern thing to say.
Yeah, in the middle of the desert in an international conflict.
Kind of part of their dynamic, because we know that Dustin Hoffman's character was like a kind of a rich kid supported by his parents his whole life.
Lived with him until he was 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, versus a kid who had to get married at 17 and had to hunt for food before work. So
they shoot at the helicopter, scared off. Jim at the CIA is like, fucking send the Apache in. So, like,
yeah.
I was like,
Brandon laughed so hard at that part.
He was like, send the ground, whatever. I can't remember what he said. But you see two helicopters coming. There's clearly one passenger helicopter. And then there's the fucking one that you can see the wings that have like the missiles and the Gatling guns on it. You're like, oh shit, that's an Apache coming for sure.
Brandon was laughing so hard at that because those guys leave. They're like, what do you want us to do, boss? Like, they're shooting back. They got weapons. And he goes, it's fine. I'm sending in like the gun battleship. And Brandon's laughing. Like, for two guys?
They sent an Apache.
And a camel. And I was dying laughing at the next part because the camel's like not moving at all. It's like, come on, let's go. And then they're like, actually, I kind of admire him for that.
Yeah, that was a good quote.
Sticking his ground.
Stealing quotes, I see. But
he's like, he'd rather sit here and get shot than get up when he's told to. He's like, yeah, I kind of admire that though.
Yeah, they hide behind the camel. The Apache comes up. They're about to be fired on when Abdul, their random tour guide from earlier, is like, I've been looking for you. Comes up. He's like, luckily I had a passenger. It's Shira.
Like the wine.
That's Syrah.
Sharona.
My Sharona.
My Corona.
And she's there. She tells them all that she's learned, and they all work together and fire on the helicopters with some fucking heavy artillery.
Grenade launchers, etc. Yeah.
Did you quote me on the Halo talk?
No.
Oh, I was like, they literally have like all the Halo weapons. They had a rifle, a mounted turret, a grenade launcher, the rocket launcher, bazooka. I was like, all they need left is the needler. And Seth was like, do you know how to use the needler? No. Just fire it anyway.
Yeah.
Hands him an alien gun.
The U.S. had an energy sword too.
Shit, the gravity hammer.
To close combat, yeah.
But so they start firing on with heavy artillery. CIA abandons the mission, and eventually they end up giving this map that they found to their agent Marty, and he is now negotiating with Jim that Shira wants social reform in Ishtar, and they have to promote Chuck and Lyle on a worldwide album and a residency at the Casablanca Inn or something.
Right. Yeah, because this like slimy agent is like determining world negotiations now. And for order to be peace, there has to be sweeping social reforms, but also all this concert shit.
And Jim's like, honestly, we could get rid of the Emir of Ishtar. We could kill him. The hardest part is getting these guys an album.
Super funny.
But he gets them the residency, and now we get to see an entire show of self-written songs by them.
Best part of the movie, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's watching. This is just a showcase of terrible songs, but they're doing what they love. They are putting on a show. Like, there are a bunch of like army folks in there, like, applaud now, and everybody's like, oh yeah.
Some of the highlights here. My favorite is his single they said, which is the Mecca song.
Oh yeah.
Mecca. It's the place with the old tree.
This is gonna be their single.
A funny old tree.
But
where you first said to me.
Of course, there's How Big Is Venus, How Big Is Mars.
Oh yes, of course.
I hope you played I'm Leaving Some Love in Your Will.
But they finished by singing a song to Shira. They're like, this is devoted to you. Go ahead and sing it. It's been stuck in your head all day, Seth.
It's been stuck in my head.
Go ahead.
Like, even before we started watching the movie.
Go ahead. It's been stuck in your head.
Bad.
Sing it now where you're left for dead.
Okay.
That bread.
I was just about to say, sing it now
bread.
and you'll get that bread.
I'm not getting paid for
Sing
this.
it!
They're not paying me for this. I don't want to sing it now.
He doesn't want to.
I don't want to.
Just go watch the movie and you'll hear it. But
yeah.
If I'll give you a hint, it's derivative.
Telling the truth.
You start to sing it as I give them a hint. Telling the truth is a dangerous business.
Honest and popular don't go hand in hand. And then that's all I have.
There's something about playing accordion. How'd you get in that band?
Oh, yeah. If they find out that you play the accordion, they won't let you into the band. Rock and roll band.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na.
All I think of... No.
Da-na-na-na.
You love monster theme songs. We already went over this.
Right.
Yeah. But it's funny because anytime that immediately when that song came on, I think back to I think it was like it was like Valentine's Day when we said we were doing Ishtar, and both of you guys just immediately start going, telling the truth is a dangerous thing. You sang it together, and I was like, what are you guys singing? Because I was, for once, I'm the one left out of the blue.
It's better than Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Yeah.
Lie. But the Clay, what about the Clay Aiken version?
Better.
I haven't heard any of them. This is just one of the... Lucas has recommended a few movies that I've seen, and this is one that apparently just really got to me. At least that one song did, you know.
But so they sing that song to Shra. She loves them.
Yeah.
And that...
She's crying.
Yeah, she is.
That's important to say that she's crying.
Yeah.
Are you okay, ma'am?
She's the one person.
I just think they're amazing.
That is the end of Ishtar.
And the end of Elaine May's directing career.
Oh! No!
He's screaming.
Reaching.
It's a shame. It's such a shame. How many fucking Dennis Dugan movies have we done? Give one to
Who?
Adam Sandler, fucking freak.
Probably only one.
Jack and Jill, etc.
We've done multiple M. Night Shyamalans.
I have. No, I just mean in general, just in the world. How many of those
I see
exist?
What you're saying. A ton. I thought we meant us, but
it's a shame.
Mostly our big directors are apparently David Dakota, Ted Key is a writer,
Michael Bay,
M. Night Shyamalan, and Michael Bay. Those are our big ones, but our big dogs. That's Seth.
God.
You're wearing a mountain goat shirt today.
Yeah, it's my podcasting shirt.
So with that is the end of the movie. We hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe.
We'll see you next week.
Follow us on Anchor and social media and quiz.
Shit.
I'm paused. Are you paused?
No, I'll pause.
Pausing for Lucas. What was the episode where you talked about me loving the Monster Mash? I just read the notes, didn't I?
I think it was What We Do in the Shadows. You love because you said that.
Yeah,
you're dead was better than It Could Only Be You.
Done. Yeah, for sure. It absolutely was.
Seth told me that he never listened to our argument about intro credits for When Harry Met Sally, so I played it for him. It's 9 minutes long,
and then recurs several times too.
Yeah, well, it's 5 minutes long. We take a quick break, and then you're like, "Oh, this isn't part of the fucking movie. Let's get to the Harry Met Sally."
Yeah.
And then Devin's like, "Hey, fuck you, man."
That's one thing that gets me too, is like I can take a lot of insults usually like at face value. I'm like, whatever, man, do your thing. But as soon as somebody's like, "Oh, I'm Seth," and does that voice, it's an immediate trigger for me. I go,
go.
I don't know why. Yeah. That's the only thing that actually upsets me. They're like, "I'll kill your entire family." It's like, okay, good luck, buddy. They're everywhere. And, yeah, somebody
travel to Wyoming.
I stand by everything I said.
Yeah, you should. I don't know what I believe in anymore. I think this podcast has ruined me, like, mentally.
Your spirit?
That's the only thing you believe in.
Later. It's ruined. It hasn't ruined my spirit, but it's ruined my sense of, like, partisanship. I don't have a stake in anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What if we just made out while Lucas is gone?
It's not a bit. If nobody's, I guess the camera's recording, so they'd see us like making out. And Lucas still has his headphones.
He's doing this on purpose because
he
hears us saying this.
Yeah, because the mic is on his headphones. We know that. We discovered that. Jesus, man! Just slapping plates to your ear.
Are you so excited to eat pizza rolls after this?
I am pretty excited to eat pizza rolls. This couch keeps going in and out of focus, and it's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
This in so much detail right now.
Right?
Like excruciating detail.
Gone. Hey, man, we weren't making out while you were gone or anything. God damn.
No!
Let go of me.
I am the aggressor.
I am the danger.
Oh, he's gone.
I am the one who fucks.
Could you imagine
Breaking Bad
if Bryan Cranston said that? You need to keep up with the beers, my guy.
Are you on your third?
It's to here.
That's your third one?
Yeah.
Sorry, I like to enjoy myself.
We've got 2 Trulies and Jeremiah Johnsons to drink as well. You're spending the whole day with us, you said.
I thought I was done after this.
No. Marina's going to be pissed if you hang...
I will stay for a little while. I do have to be up early, but I will stay and hang out.
What do you have to be up early for?
Well, not early, but I do 12 hours tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, Mondays the last few weeks I've been doing all day.
What did you used to do on Mondays?
Just the night. Well, I used to do kitchen and then serve, and then they didn't need me in the kitchen because it was slow, and then Kane was like, oh, how about if I could work less, so you take that shift? And I'm like, sure, man. Whatever.
Hear me out. What if you didn't go to work tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, just quit.
Marina's idea for getting you fired was I was going to walk into the store and be like, you fucker, you got my wife pregnant!
That would have been so funny. You're like reaching over the bar, grabbing by the shirt. Yeah. Yeah.
That wouldn't get you
tomorrow
fired.
Then. That wouldn't get me fired. No, that'd be wrongful termination to fire me for my personal life.
No, you don't have to stay all night, but like 9?
I could maybe do 9.
Because you're not going to go to sleep until 2 anyway.
I'm trying to go to bed earlier. I eat my weed now so I can, feel relaxed.
I'm ready.
You can do 9. Marina needs to watch some Sterniolos with you.
Fine. We'll see what I can do.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me get back to Discord real quick. You're too close to the mic. Oh!
It was
too close to my face. All right.
Oh, man.
I'm going to wait for him to finish chewing, apparently.
Yeah. I need fucking hot fries and Cheetos.
Fruit by the foot on the fucking podcast.
That was so funny. I have never heard Lucas be that mad before. And
you don't eat hot fries and fucking fruit by the foot on the fucking podcast.
I've never heard him that mad.
Well, because he was trying to. Yeah, he was trying to think he was classy.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay. Don't laugh.
Wait, let me get one out.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, play. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, you've been gathered here today for some QRRs.
Thank you, Ishtar.
I am Ishtar.
Yeah.
And this is my circus.
I don't care. You sound like a snake oil salesman. I don't know what that accent is.
A snake oil salesman.
Yeah. Do you know what that is? That's back in the day. It's these guys with the miracle elixirs. A love potion or cures your achy joints or whatever.
And achy breaky heart.
Take this and 4 or 5 days you'll be recovered. But 4 or 5 days later, guess where the snake oil salesman's gone?
Oh, yeah.
So the next snake.
He's gone anywhere else. He's
not.
Wow. Is that the point of it? That the snake oil salesman's selling oil to a snake? Like back to him?
I don't think so. I think you're more right.
Wow.
Now you sound like Pee Wee Herman.
That's my other character.
If he didn't want to be Pee Wee Herman
guy,
anymore.
Yeah.
It's just a guy.
Quotes, how many do we have?
I only have 9.
It's not bad.
I have 15.
What? Hold on. I got a text from Glacier Alert.
What? There's a glacier heading your way.
Be advised to get access. I don't have any of this. Whatever. Anyway, my quote.
Is there a glacier heading your way?
No, it's like a service. I think I'm being scammed. 11.
Okay, Lucas, your first up. Half.
Do them all, Lucas.
Whoa.
I'll just do
his
half.
movie.
It is my darling movie. The first one is one of their songs. My favorite quote in the whole movie. My favorite quote in the whole movie is they're just writing songs, and then Warren Beatty with an apple in his mouth while he's eating it, just firing off lyrics. He goes, "There's a wardrobe of love in your eyes. Take some time, look around, see if there's something your size."
Yeah.
And then Dustin Hoffman is like, "What? That's amazing."
Write that down.
I made Brandon rewind it because he didn't see that part.
It's so funny.
We watched that part twice.
I took that too, but I put the ellipses in there as he tries to think of the next slide. She said, "Come look, there's a wardrobe," and he's like, "Of love in my eyes."
As he's eating an apple too.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
The very beginning, I think maybe the first line of the whole movie is they're thinking of the song. He goes, "Telling the truth is a scary predicament." Like, good lyric.
Yeah.
Rolls right off the tongue. So many hard consonants.
Yeah, another lyric here while they're doing their opening montage is one of their songs. He says, "I gotta have software. Gotta have software for my machine."
I missed that one.
I vaguely remember hearing that.
What could that possibly be? And then
it's a song by Bill Gates.
My fourth one here is Warren Beatty to Dustin Hoffman's character. He said, "If only I looked like you." I was like, this Warren Beatty's this tall, gorgeous Mr. Olympia looking fucking guy.
Strong jaw.
Yeah, known for being super handsome. And Dustin Hoffman's this short, little big nose guy.
We talked about
I couldn't wear that jacket. I'd look like a truck.
We talked about that height discrepancy.
Yeah. I swear there was, the last time I watched this, I swear there was a scene straight up where he's talking about his wife leaving him. And he's just like, "You think it's because I'm too tall?" And I didn't see that part.
I remember that, yeah. There's some height stuff where he's like, "Yeah, you're small, you're spry."
Maybe I didn't watch the right version this time.
My last one for now, let's see, is Isabella Johnny flashes Dustin Hoffman in the airport to prove she's a woman. He goes, "Look what you have!"
I think I have that one too.
Seth, it's your turn.
All right.
On your new phone.
Yeah. Look, Brandon, I made the numbers green.
You should get a phone case and a screen protector.
It's on its way.
Oh, good.
My first quote is, "Most men lead lives of quiet desperation." I thought was
profound.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Oh, this is the addendum to what Lukas was saying. I guess you guys are both talking about it earlier. When he's on the ledge and he says, "Takes a lot of nerve at your age to have nothing." But the rest of the quote is, "Yeah, you're saying that you'd rather have nothing than settle for less." So I also thought was cool.
Some little nuggets of wisdom.
Yeah.
That
was part of why I love this movie. This is when they're playing the songs, everyone's shouting out songs to them. Or I guess it's just Warren Beatty up there. And she's like 6 times just, "That's amore." And somebody else in the crowd is like, "Man, this guy just keeps playing." Like, that's not, of course, he's not here to satisfy your every need. He's like pissed about it. We kind of quoted Brandon earlier already, but goddamn it, Robert was supposed to be on for our second Camel movie.
Yeah. That would have been awesome.
2 of 2.
This is with Dustin Hoffman and the CIA guy.
Mm-hmm.
Says
Jim Harrison.
Jim Harrison says she's a suspected terrorist, and Dustin Hoffman says, "Granted, but that doesn't mean she sleeps around."
He's got a lot of respect.
I'll end there for now.
Let's see what I got.
And I end my turn.
This is also like in the intro credits, because you said the "telling the truth is a scary predicament." They're singing more lyrics to that. The one that caught my ear was "telling the truth coming out of a tunnel." And they're like, "And when you leave that tunnel, there's a bitter herb." And I was like, "What?"
There's never been a hit song with the word herb in it. He says later on.
"Telling the truth coming out of a tunnel."
Yeah, they're so good.
What? Another song lyric: "Saturday morning, the sound of a lawnmower, it touches my heart."
Americana.
Yeah.
There's a second lawnmower mention at the end of the movie too. It's one of their songs.
Really?
Yeah. It was like lawnmower. What can't it do? It pretty much does the one thing that's in the name.
Song lyric.
Yes, the best.
Hot fudge love, cherry ripple kisses.
You did have this.
Lip smacking, back slapping, perfectly delicious.
Back slapping got me. Just sounds crude. You're in the middle of something vulgar if you're back slapping.
Yeah.
You're also confused about what you're supposed to do.
You took my other song lyric. She said, "Come, there's a wardrobe of love in my eyes." Hey, it takes a lot of nerve to have nothing at your age. What are you doing here? Breaking into hotel rooms, robbing someone, and kissing guys on the mouth?
Yeah, this seems like a weird third thing to do as a criminal. That's his signature. That's how he leaves every crime scene. The DNA swab the victim's lips.
Perfect.
It's not perfect. It's like the furthest thing.
And let's see.
The perfect crime. I break in. I steal his nice leather jacket from his suitcase.
And the DNA is all muddled.
Yeah.
I rob him. We make out a bit. He fondles me. I leave.
I leave.
All right. Here's my last two for now. We kind of mentioned this. Another song lyric. I feel so small when I look at the stars. How big is Venus? How big is Mars? Thank you. I feel
he leans into the mic and he says it all quiet.
I feel so small when I look at the sky. How big is heaven?
How big am I?
And then the army table goes nuts.
Yeah.
Like, oh!
They lose it. Well, you're doing it too well, Brandon. You got to sing off key when you're doing all these.
And my last one now is like the two CIA agents in Hawaiian shirts talking to each other through Morocco Market. The one goes, "The KGB is here. I recognize two agents." The one goes, "The one dressed as Texans? No. The one dressed as Arabs. The one dressed as Texans are Arab agents. I recognize two guys from the Turkish intelligence." He goes, "Which ones? The ones in Hawaiian shirts? No, the Bermuda shorts. Those ones are just tourists."
Yeah.
Yeah, but they ended up being the ones that got him with the guns.
Yeah, they did.
I was gonna say, everybody's wearing Hawaiian shirts in that whole chase. Basically,
there's so many Hawaiian shirts.
Those
are just great about it all.
Lucas, finishers off.
Hawaiian shirt in the middle of the desert.
It's warm.
Warm.
In a market.
When Sharia or Shirao breaks in at night to Warren Beatty, he catches her and he's like, "Man, didn't your dad ever do nothing for you? Like, you should buy yourself something fun, like a kite or a fishing pole."
Yeah, I laughed at the
good. She's like, I don't have food."
Good old fashioned American fun.
I have no food.
A kite.
When they're in the desert, and Warren Beatty's dropping beads, and Dustin Hoffman gets annoyed at him. He's like, "How come you're dropping beads, huh? Beads?" Which reminded me of Arrested Development too.
Yeah.
Bees.
A classic.
Yeah.
A classic.
I sent you guys both the Snapchat of when it was Will Arnett on the Fox show Lego Masters, the reality show where they're building things. Like, we've got this spinning wheel that's got bees on there, and he goes, "Bees, bees," and they're like, "Yeah, bees," and he like winks at the camera because they didn't get it at all.
He didn't even wink. The contestants were like,
"Oh yeah,
The contestants they bring on are just annoying little sycophants that'll like hype up whatever the host says. Thank you. But
he kind of
like went along with it and they like got all energetic and they're like, "Yeah, there's bees everywhere." And
he nods.
Will Arnett no, he didn't even nod. He just like shrugged almost.
He nodded. I'll pull it up for you.
All right. Well, I like my version better, so don't show me
what
actually happened. I like mine better, Brandon. Lucas, is it you?
It's still him.
Yeah. When Dustin Hoffman is pretending to be Brandon's showing everyone how he is wrong.
Is that mine?
That's your pregnancy test, yeah.
When he's at the infiltrating the arms dealership and he's pretending to be an interpreter. Nice. Dustin Hoffman says, "We had much Delft. We had much Delft."
So much Delft.
I remember. What is Delft anyway? I remember that.
I don't think that's a word.
Okay.
Don't know.
Brandon, stop showing me that.
And then my final quote of the day: as the helicopters are coming back, they're sort of preparing for their last stand on Earth with guns pointed at the helicopters. They start riffing again. He goes, "That ain't poverty, baby." They sing their song again. He goes, "That ain't poverty." And the last one here is we didn't need a pencil for that one. They remembered their lyric.
I really didn't need a pencil. Don't show me that picture. I look like
That's
shit.
it for me.
That looked great in that one.
Seth, it's you.
All right. This is in the middle of their big chase in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. One of the guys that had him at gunpoint got shot, and he dies. And Chuck says, "Are you all right?" to the guy that's like folded over
in the middle of a gunfight. Yeah.
This is from Shira Assel when she decides to lead the two wise men into the desert. It says, "It is better to kill 2 men than 200, but it is much harder."
Ooh.
Yeah. Don't
she's like
get
fighting
out
back
of here.
tears.
Yeah. Yeah, we did this one already too when they're dying in the desert. It says, "Oh my God, we're gonna miss our show."
They freak out about that. They are so upset.
You guys,
oh shit, we're gonna miss our show.
That reminds you guys haven't seen One Punch Man, have you?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's like the second episode where he's fighting this monster and he like easily kills it, and then the thing is like, all right, I guess I'm gonna get serious. So it like levels up and it's like punching him around and beating his ass, and he's like, "Oh my God, this isn't good." And the monster's like, "Yeah, you don't like that, do you?" And he's like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize." And he's like still kicking his ass, and he's just like, "There's a fucking sale today I'm gonna miss," and he kills him in like one punch again. And he sprints back to the market for his like Saturday only coupon he's got. It's oh my God, and you think they're gonna be upset about it. Yeah. I don't have to explain it.
That's great.
It was grape.
Cherry even. This one we already did as well when the helicopter comes by and they're like, "Shit, they didn't see us." He clearly saw you.
Yeah, they're the only two standing there. Everybody else cleared the area and they're waiting there. I'm just like, there's the Americans. They're not dead.
I think this one's from Brandon, but I don't remember what the context is. It might be when they're singing songs, crawling around, or maybe just funny. He says they're so close to being dead.
That is me.
And the last one's also a song lyric. Just "Life is the way we audition for God." I think at the very end.
Very Catholic belief, yeah.
Watch him nod.
All right, I'll watch him nod.
He's gonna nod. Okay. My finish of quotes. When they're in the desert, Chuck to Lagos, take one sip at a time. This water has to last you about another 48 minutes. And Lagos, why? What happens then? He's like, well, we run out of water.
In 48 minutes, yeah. There should be an oasis up there.
We already mentioned this. Stupid ass camel. He'd rather sit there and die. He'd rather get shot. Well, actually, I kind of admire that.
He didn't nod.
He nods.
No, he did the sideways nod where he's like, they don't get it.
You said you said he doesn't nod. He does the sideways nod.
That's not a nod though. That's the only name I have.
Not.
This is not a nod. It's like
a cock.
Shit. Yeah,
he does the cock. Is what he did. There's the bees.
I see the bees.
I did those. Did that one. Here's when Chirac comes up to Dustin Hoffman in his room and tells him all about the map and everything, and they have a heart-to-heart moment. She sits down on the bed next to him. He's like, "Hey, don't sit on the bed. It's too late for that now."
Yeah, why was he mad about that?
This is
I thought she was trying to do something.
This is them talking about the camel. Hold her tight. Well, I can't hold her too tight. It hurts her tooth.
It's cute.
She had this tooth problem. This is Jim talking to Chuck about things. He goes, "Do you know anything about the desert?" And Chuck goes, "Yeah, that's where Las Vegas is." Cute, huh?
Yeah, they both laughed about that. You got him.
Yeah, I'll have to remember that. That's funny.
Penultimate quote is, the helicopter pilots watch a bazooka missile go by, and their helicopter turns to watch the missile pass them. Seth loved the turn of the helicopter.
That's so funny because they're human beings in there. They can turn their necks with a whole helicopter. Whoa,
that's good physical comedy.
Yeah, it's great.
They go,
and it's small.
Talking to Jim over the radio, they go, "Sir, I don't think this mission is covert anymore. We are now openly firing at 2 Americans and God knows who else, and they are armed to the teeth."
Yeah, I don't know what you had in mind, but
yeah,
we should probably abort mission.
Yeah, Jim's just like, all right, just get out. Fuck.
And my last one is a Seth quote. It's Seth and me going back and forth. Seth goes,
shit!
So is Ishtar in Morocco? And I go, yeah, I think so. And Ishtar is a goddess. He goes, of war. I was like, yeah. And she resembles Athena also, the goddess of love. And Seth goes, yeah, the goddess of fuck.
I don't think she is the goddess of love. Athena.
Fertility was Ishtar. I don't know about Athena, though.
I think Athena was wisdom.
She's wisdom, actually, yeah.
You're thinking of
Aphrodite.
Yeah, Aphrodite.
Or Persephone.
Or Persephone or Venus, all of the above. So I was wrong, but I just like
the Venus and Aphrodite are the same thing.
I thought Persephone was just the love interest of Hades. I didn't know if she was still a god, though?
I think she's fertility and flowers. Just
okay,
flowers.
So that's kind of closer to Ishtar, but Ishtar was also war.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She's Kratos and Venus.
And they're all true.
Kratos.
God of War. The video game.
He's not... Well, yeah, but, he's not the god of war. Ares is the god of war.
He's just chilling.
Kratos is just some guy.
Jupiter. Which one's the god of war in Roman?
Mars.
Is it
Jupiter.
Mars? It's Mars.
Jupiter's Zeus.
Okay. That is cool. Yeah, I guess I was wrong with the Athena thing, but the goddess of fuck.
I did say
You
that.
said it pretty centrally.
Did I?
Yeah.
It was just you and me in this dark, steamy basement. Don't.
You can't just say that thing and expect me not to.
That is kind of my fault.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
It's rating time. Seth, you're down 5-0, which means you've lost.
So what are we doing here?
Just guess it anyway.
15.
Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter?
Sure.
Okay.
Who cares?
Just critics.
I think it's like a 35.
I think it's a 27.
You're changing? Okay.
No, I'm sticking with 15.
Okay. Either way, Lucas wins.
That's fucked up of you to
do to me. 40%.
Oh, good for them.
Pretty close.
That's horrible, but good for them because it's better than I thought.
Lucas kicking it off for Rotten Tomatoes audience percentage.
35.
Okay.
27.
Sticking with it.
Yeah.
Our winner today is Lucas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's up 7-0. It's a 39.
Even closer.
40 and 39 on Rotten Tomatoes. Bad, but not horrendous. Razzie worthy, they got the awards for. And then IMDb, Metascore, critics out of 100. You're kicking it off, Seth.
Man, critics.
Is that a song?
4.6.
I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to be stern in this episode. Do you want a 4.6 or a 46?
Jesus. 46.
Okay.
He's going to be stern this episode.
I'll do a 39.
I'm gonna.
What are they set? It's a 52.
Nice.
Do I get a warning or?
You guess normally. He didn't listen to my ratings.
The next one.
He's gonna
warning.
Take away all my basketballs if I'm not a good boy and do best out of 100 like I'm supposed to.
You better watch your ass or you won't get no basketballs anymore.
I'm out there dribbling 9 of them at once. Dad, no!
There's that one guy in the rec center. You ever see him, Lucas? That was always... He took 5 balls and would just dribble them down the court. And we're like, can I borrow? And he's like, no.
I'm busy.
He's in the NBA now.
No, he's not.
He is.
He is.
Yeah, he's Austin.
He's Austin.
Did he he had to pop off tonight for some reason. I don't really know what that was about.
And Lucas, audience score out of 10.
58.
You get a chance now. Do you want 58 or 5.8?
5.8.
You don't get that chance. I've already warned once.
That's so fucked up of you to do.
He wants to so bad.
He wants to use his power His arbitrary power is this sort of.
You.
I mean,
I was gonna say de facto monarch, but
if you want to go with a higher number, you can just lose 8-1 instead of 7-2.
What feels better? I don't know. Just give me like a 4.6 again.
4.6. What did you say?
58.
I thought he said 58. Yeah. 5.8 and 4.6. One of you guys is right.
Ooh.
We're 2 points.
It's
Seth.
Give me 10.
No.
Damn it.
7-3. Lucas is still a winner, but it is a 4.
Way to get it.
But I love 7.3, so it's really a win for everybody.
So 7-3, yeah.
Except Brandon, who had to punish us.
I'm a fucking loser.
We should
critics.
Brandon, I'll Google it later, actually.
What are you going to say?
I was going to say, can you figure out a way to do a soundboard? But, I think I'd rather do that.
Oh, well, I've thought about buying a soundboard.
Yeah.
And doing things.
Well, I'm just wondering
if... keyboard.
Yeah.
No.
Because if you have a soundboard, would it come from the soundboard, or would you have it hooked up to your computer and it plays the audio from the computer?
I would have downloaded tracks that I could push and play through.
And it played like on the...
Probably.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't have to record it through the mic.
Yes.
Okay. Because I think we have some good...
some good bits.
Like Lucas saying loser, and we could just hit that button every once in a while.
Every 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You keep just pushing the button. You motherfucker!
After every nerd fact you read for the Cats facts.
So, critics, 40 and 52 for a 46%. Audiences, 39 and 46 for a 42.5%. Seth, what are you giving this movie?
Where did I land earlier? Like an 8.6, I think.
8.6. Okay.
86.
Oh.
Yeah, 8.6.
86 out of 10. He turned French.
I did. Croissant.
Reasoning?
Man, where do I begin? Telling the truth about this movie
is a dangerous business.
It is.
He's holding a gun to you.
He is. Yeah. I'm being threatened. It's not a high enough score. I don't know. I thought it was really funny. You guys know how kind of eccentric I can be with my humor. The stuff that makes me cry is the stuff that you guys were like, I didn't even know they said that. You know what I mean? So I enjoy the little things like that. The helicopter looking at missiles, the kind of offbeat, irreverent stuff going on. And there was a little bit of heart to it. 3 or 4 of my quotes were just straight up good quotes.
Yeah.
The story was pretty good. I think the only downside was Lucas loved the intro, and I do too, but like I don't think the pacing was very good in there. Like it's compared to the rest of the movie, it's going so fast and like doing everything at once. Where in the movie, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? So 8.6.
Okay, Lucas.
I think that's some solid analysis. Sorry, I got some granola stuck in my mouth. I think it's a very funny movie. I think it does have some flaws too. I also like the political intrigue stuff about it, and the songs are amazing. And I think the pacing is part of what makes the first 25 minutes of this movie god level cinema. So I'm gonna give this a 9.4 Ishtar.
Oh shit, we guessed that earlier. We were like, what is Lucas gonna give this right now? Like probably like a 9.4.
Yeah.
9.4. Probably not my favorite Elaine May movie, but lovable nonetheless. Some gut punching laughs in this one. Does not deserve any sort of chagrin that it has currently.
Okay. I'm on the side of you guys. It doesn't deserve the hate it got. It was fun beyond belief. I laughed a ton. But I do think it gets jumbled in there quite a bit, which is part of the irony, but I agree with you, Seth, that sometimes the pacing is a little off. There are some things that could be critiqued where you're not quite as lost in it. I'm a 7.3.
Wow.
Yeah.
First time. Welcome to the dark side.
I was a 7.3 virgin, and now look at me.
I popped your cherry.
But yes, I laughed a ton. The songs, I do agree with both of you, are the best part of this movie. Just them just bullshitting their way through it. 7.3, 8.6, 9.4. That's a lot of big numbers. Unless you can beat me, Seth.
I don't feel like it.
Well, I accidentally clicked the wrong number because I did 86 instead of 8.6. I did it again. Fuck me. 8.6 plus 9. You've had so much time.
I mean, that's going to be an
8.43. What are you mad about?
Your score.
Yeah, don't be.
I am.
You get it too much. This is better than what I said because I told you a while back in our group chat that I wished to hate this movie with how much you built Elaine May up in my mind without having seen an Elaine May movie and speaking so highly. I was ready to hate this movie. So you should be happy with a 7.3 because I will gladly drop it to a 5.1.
Do it.
Heartbeat.
5.1.
It's the average of that, Brandon.
He fucking did it. Do it.
Hold on, I'm thinking of something.
It's your own grave.
14.5 plus 7.
You got it.
That's 21.5 plus 22, 23.1. That's going to be a 7.67 average. Really close to a 7.3, which a former host had given that a rating of. A still host formerly gave.
And then he woke up without his head.
That he beheaded me. No, I'm a 7.3.
No, that's a respect.
Accept it. All right. Finishing off with reviews. I've got 5 critics. There was a lot of critic on a movie like this. But we're going to start I'm going to start with Janet Maslin at the New York Times. She says, "The worst of it is painless. The best is funny, sly, cheerful, and here or there, even genuinely inspired."
Good review.
Next is by Time Out Magazine. I don't have an author of it, but they say...
I found something out, Brandon.
What?
A new math. I'll tell you later. Not important.
You're doing a new math?
I figured out a new equation to do averages.
Shit, Galileo. Chill out over here.
Sorry. Continue.
Next is by Time Out Magazine. They said, "So bad it could have been deliberate. One of the worst films ever made."
No.
They got it.
Rejected.
Redacted. Next is by
Redacted.
Richard Brody at the New Yorker, rivals with Janet Maslin at the New York Times. This is a guy you said to never find a review of again, Lucas.
The rivals?
Sounds about right.
He says, "Ishtar is a wrongly maligned masterwork. There's a level of invention and a depth of reflection and a tangle of emotions in Ishtar which are reached by few films and by few filmmakers."
Maybe we should pay attention.
4 out of 10.
Somebody who told me to never pick again.
Some shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Good
review.
Next is by Roger Ebert. Chicago Sun-Times.
The
Big Rog. Yeah. He says
Ebert.
Roger Ebert.
Silent T.
Yeah, he says
Hard G silent T.
He says Ishtar is a truly dreadful film. A lifeless, massive, lumbering exercise in failed comedy.
What does he know?
9 out of 10.
What does he know?
Yeah, he's on the 4-star system.
I will agree with that.
It's fucked up.
He didn't even give this one a rating because it was a part of the Siskel and Ebert one. And my last one is a retroactive review. This is in 2011 by the McClatchy Tribune News Service.
Okay.
And they say that time has not improved this film's reputation as being one of the worst ever made.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Okay. User reviews. I've got many returners.
Let's go.
First off, the little songbird.
Boo.
Autism.
That's true.
Is that true, Dan?
That's true, Dan.
On May 2nd, 2011, Bethany said, "This was a movie actually that I really wanted to like, but I gave it a chance and I disliked it intensely. But it isn't completely laughter-free, though. Thank goodness. For me, there wasn't a single likable character. The direction was sluggish. The film feels overlong and dull in the pace, and the story is unfocused.
Should give it a 4.
Never comes alive. I didn't think much of the production value and the music either. But the worst offender is the script, which is just the epitome of crass. It isn't just that, it is also trite and racially insensitive. Overall, a mess. 1 out of 10.
One. Trite.
Trite?
I don't think that's. I think it's supposed to be like satirical of what normally
triteness.
is trite. Yeah,
Yes.
triteness. I was trying to think of a way to make that.
Remember the Tritons.
Oh, now that's a satire.
Yeah.
Juvenalian style.
So, she didn't like it. But Snoopy Style, our first ever Mookie Award winner. This is you. That's not the noise you usually. It is actually is.
It is, you idiot.
Snoopy Style on November 25th, 2013 says, first, the horrible singing really sinks the movie before it even gets going. The sad attempt at comedy does more harm than good, and setting the two actors against type is really confusing. It doesn't work. Warren Beatty is okay as the clueless idiot, but Dustin Hoffman is completely unconvincing. When they get to Ishtar, the
other clueless idiot.
When they get to Ishtar, the whole confused revolution really shines a bad light on the duo's relationship. They're willing to believe the worst of each other, and they're angry at each other for a bunch of lies. They aren't good friends because friends don't do that. And how blind are they that they can't see that Isabella Johnny is a girl? The only funny thing is the blind camel. For the camel, I raise the rating from a 2 to a 3. For the camel, 3 out of 10.
He recognizes the camel's greatness.
He got the camel.
Yeah. He'll get the rest of the movie on his deathbed, probably.
Bad
His last breath.
Probably not.
I get it.
Those are two people we
I get
respect
Ishtar.
with bad reviews.
Yeah. Happens.
But next up is by Gisebrick. January 18th, 2001.
Damn.
This review's been around for a long time, and they said, peel back the layers of this film by watching it a few times and discover its huge potential as a cult classic. A diamond in the rough, chock full of lines ripe for everyday use. The reward for multiple viewings is gratifying, and seeing two movie sex symbols break rank and cut loose with an off-the-wall film is refreshing. This ain't poverty, baby. Give Ishtar a chance or two, and it will win a place on your hit list, even if it's near the bottom. 10 out of 10.
This ain't poverty, baby.
Did they say Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty were sex symbols?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think maybe Isabella Johnny and Warren Beatty.
Well, he talks about them being the off-the-wall characters, so I don't think it's Isabella Johnny.
Two of them.
I think it's Dustin Hoffman.
A sex symbol.
Well, they thought he was.
Of them are.
Warren Beatty. Yeah.
What?
Strong jaw.
Just because he's tall?
And strong jaw.
Yeah, same, but like...
he was like a playboy. He dated around.
Did he look better when he was younger? Was he old in 1987? Because he didn't look very good in this movie.
He looked decent.
He looked like a shithead.
No, he looked pretty good.
He looked carved.
He's hot.
It's not a sex symbol.
Carved is good.
Carved isn't good.
Carved equals good.
Carved doesn't equal good.
Did Carvers
did
Carvers steal some of your business at BAM?
Yeah, like all of it.
That means it's good.
That doesn't
carved means good.
That's not what that means, Brandon. It means it's the only Brazilian steakhouse in the entire state, and people want to check it out. So they're flocking,
and it's good.
Yeah, he's hot.
I've heard great things about the pineapple drink.
Go get it then, bitch.
Next is by.
We have a pineapple drink too, you know.
K. De Luca. Is it served in a pineapple?
No, because we're not frivolous like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wasted. Don't do that. Tickling me.
Next is by K. De Luca -1. September 18th, 2004. No. 2004. This is another really old one. But they say, I know it's not the best. Arsenic and Old Lace is the top comedy of all time. Citizen Kane, the greatest film. Gone with the Wind, the greatest epic. Wizard of Oz, the finest fantasy. And Lord of the Rings 1, 2, and 3 trilogy is the ultimate film legend. But for me, Ishtar is pure fun. I saw it when it came out, bought the video, watch it twice a year, and I have my daughter hooked on it too. 7 out of 10.
I like how they preface their sort of criteria beforehand.
Their best ofs. Best in shows. What is Arsenic and Old Lace?
It's the best comedy of all time.
Yeah, it's old Cary
That's Grant a stupid question, yeah.
Comedy.
Cary Grant. Sounds familiar.
3 more. This one is by...
Got it.
This one is by Tavum. March 10th, 2010.
I hardly know him.
Nice. They say...
But you tabbed him nonetheless.
Watch out, because this motherfucker's going to tab you.
I went to jail.
And I tabbed him.
For tabbing.
I tapped him. They say, while what I watched was indeed a convoluted mess, there were many moments that I highly enjoyed, like many of the intentionally bad written songs provided by Paul Williams, Miss May, and Beatty and Hoffman, respectively. May. There was also a hilarious auction scene with Dustin doing many gibberish stylings that has to be seen to be believed. Leading lady Isabella Johnny has some nice straight scenes with either leading man that made me smile a little. And Charles Grodin provides some hilarity near the end as a U.S. agent. So despite the unevenness of the whole thing, Ishtar was quite enjoyable for me. 5 out of 10.
Quite enjoyable. 5?
An average film.
It's not quite enjoyable then, is it?
It's got high standards.
Me?
No, just this guy.
Fuck this guy.
He tabs people. What do you expect from him? Next up is by Bevo.
Bevo.
Why are we all singing the same note?
Here, I'll start this out. Bevo. That's good.
Lucas just copies a note.
No, that was good.
No. Bevo 13678 on
Bevo.
On September 16, 2021 says,
Nailed it.
Yeah. Don't believe the bad reviews. It's much worse. M 10 out of 10.
The bad reviews. It's Uptown Funk.
M 10 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
I don't know why the M's in there, but
weird reviews.
The M. I don't know. It's right next to the backspace on the keyboard.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
M backspace.
Brennan, pull out your phone right now.
Oh, shit.
Bitch.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm always right.
And last is by a returner, Art Vandelay Importer Exporter.
It's a Seinfeld reference.
No. Oh, shit. I didn't know that, actually.
He's making it up.
November 24th, 2020, they say, I have a 15-minute rule that is nearly foolproof in figuring out whether a movie is worth watching. I'm not even sure it was 15 seconds into that insipid, unfunny, and yes, painful opening song before it was obvious what a pile of Ishtar this movie is. You can't spell Ishtar without shit. 1 out of 10.
Yeah, he's right.
A pretty good review, honestly.
He's right.
He's right.
He is.
Yeah. So that's going to end it this week. Are we recommending Ishtar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 3 yeses. Even if I don't think it's the best film,
Yeah.
Hey, he did a harmony. Even if it isn't the best film, it's definitely worth.
It made me laugh.
Yeah. It's worth watching. So 3 recommends. That's it.
Elaine
for
May is
Ishtar.
a princess. She's the best director of all time.
90-year-old princess.
She's waiting to be queen.
Record.
She's been waiting for Queen Elizabeth to die so she becomes queen.
You know, I'm technically in line for the throne.
Really?
Yeah, my family bloodline traces back to Francis Bacon. Yeah.
Dwayne Bacon, shooting guard for the Orlando Magic G League team.
And that's all we got, folks.
Next week is our finale of season 6. We're doing Red Notice, a Netflix action-y film. We hope to have Devin on, and then we're going to do our season 6 bracket.
I will be skipping next week.
No. Where we have Devin on, we'll have the bracket. Hopefully that turns out great, and then we're into season
nachos.
7.
Yeah.
Some fucking nachos. Starting with our 100th episode, my birthday episode. It'll be fun. I'll send you guys links for our bracket stuff, and with that, we'll see you next week. Wow, good burp.
Go Bears.
Not a Bears fan.
Who cares?
Who bears?
We're just killing time until Brandon can figure out how to stop the recording.
It's not pulling up. There we go.
He can't do it. Bitch.
With that, go Bears.
You can't wish the Bears a good douche. Oh, I forgot to say right at the beginning of this for Lucas. Let's make this a short one.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for you to do it the whole time.
It's a pretty long one.
225 isn't too bad for us with Seth on.
Yeah, and I even was zoning out for a good minute there.
For a good 1 minute.
No. For maybe 20, 25 minutes, I was zoning out.
There was
autopilot me too.
A big bulk of the plot that you didn't talk. Yeah,
no, I know. True. I was like, I should talk because Lucas loved this movie, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't talk because Lucas loves this movie.
No, I'm zooty as well. All right, I'll see you, dudes.
Lucas, send me those links as quick as you can so I can do a little editing tomorrow.
Okay, and I'll surprise you at school tomorrow.
Okay. I will forward you and Seth and Devin. It's called Season 6, The Bracket Boys link.
Sweet. Au revoir.